continue, and they will roll on tonight. A couple of teams looking to close out other teams tonight at 5:30. The Milwaukee Bucks, they trail 3-2 to the Indiana Pacers. That will be the first game. That's followed by the Knicks and the 76ers at 8 o'clock. The Knicks look to close things out. Texas Rangers, they're playing this afternoon, taking on the Detroit Tigers, and the Astros and the Guardians.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix.
Happy Thursday. And we didn't even rehearse that, I'm telling you.
Dude, we've been together too long.
Wow.
You know, it is a happy Thursday because I feel like I can breathe a little bit better today.
A little bit better? Well,
no.
We just got in here.
Yeah, for the record. Right? For the record. Because, as you know, I've been battling a cold the last couple of days. Yesterday during the show, before the show, I felt okay, about 51%. And going through the show, because of the allergies in this studio, with the carpet on the wall, even with medicine that's supposed to dry you out, my nose was running like a damn fire hydrant yesterday, which sucks.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
I have not blown my nose since about 9 o'clock this morning. So we'll see how long it takes to start running in this damn studio. And it was one of those, like yesterday, you know, I get home last night. I take NyQuil around 8:30. I don't know what time I fall asleep, but I didn't see the end of any of the games. Although the Stars game, they won 3-2.
They did. Okay, well, that's good.
And then I fall asleep. But then I woke up like at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Uh-huh.
I could have started the day. I was wide awake, even with NyQuil, which should knock you out for 3 days.
Should.
Right?
Yeah.
And then when I get up this morning, like at 7:30 or so, whatever, I've got half a peanut butter sandwich next to the bed. So apparently sometime in the middle of the night, I made a peanut butter and jelly and Doritos was the midnight snack that I had, but I only ate half the sandwich.
And you don't remember eating it?
Oh, well, I kind of, maybe. I don't know. But I asked Joanna, I was like, why didn't you eat your half of the sandwich? Because clearly I would have eaten the whole thing, except for maybe she said she wanted half a sandwich, but she was asleep too.
Uh-huh.
I have no idea. It was the good stuff last night, apparently. Because I don't remember. I don't remember making the sandwich. And I know Joanna didn't get up and make the sandwich.
There was a disturbance in your neighborhood.
It might have been.
I heard that.
Was there?
Yeah. You don't know what else you did.
I have no idea.
Knocking on people's doors, flashing kids.
You know, the good news
you're doing
is
the whole thing.
There's flashing kids. It's the middle of the night, sir. Peeping Tom, maybe. But no, it's bizarre. I mean, you wake up and it's like, hey, have a sandwich. Okay.
It didn't even get to enjoy it.
I had the half that I had was outstanding.
It must have been.
I did check the cameras. I didn't go outside.
Yeah. You were worried about it, weren't you?
No, not really.
Woo! Jason in his trench coat.
Have you ever been around a person that's a sleepwalker?
No, I have not.
So my nephew is a bit of a sleepwalker.
Uh-huh.
He does weird stuff all the time that he has no idea that he's doing, even when he's sober. Sleepwalker. And when he is visited, he lives in Seattle, especially when he was younger. You made sure doors were locked, alarms were set, all that kind of stuff. Because literally one time he walked out of our house in the middle of the night and he doesn't know what our house is, so he couldn't find his way home. Wow. He had no idea. It's weird.
That's crazy. Yeah, I've never been around anybody like that. I don't, I've never done that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I talk in my sleep sometimes.
Well, that's more dangerous, isn't it?
That can be, sure. But thus far, everything is still attached, so I don't think I've said anything that would cause somebody to pull out a knife or scissors.
Lorena Bobbitt moment early in the show. Here we go.
I'm just saying, I mean, Everything's still there.
Yeah. 3 wives later.
Yeah. And everything is still attached. So as bad as the first 2 were,
Holy cow.
it wasn't that bad, I guess.
But sometimes when you're on all that cold medicine, you do things that aren't normal.
Well, sure. Yeah. What's that sleeping pill? Ambien, right? And that's one of those that
Ambien is. I'm afraid of Ambien.
Yeah.
I think I've tried Ambien once. I didn't like it. I know a friend of mine used to take Ambien all the time, and he would make a pot of chili in the middle of the night and do weird stuff like that.
Well, that's the stories, right? You just get up and do stuff that's really could be dangerous as hell, and most of the time it turns out all right. But
yeah, but when you're in an altered state, things aren't as dangerous as if you were sober.
I guess it seems that way, right?
I mean, James Pledger somehow survived 40 plus years on this planet in an altered state. You can function.
Well, the only thing I know about, I saw one of Pledge's accidents in an altered state.
That wasn't an accident.
And he's lucky he came out of that alive with everything attached.
Those are just battle scars.
Uh-huh. Yeah, battle scars.
From the thrill of victory.
Uh-huh.
Because that was not from the agony of defeat.
Oh, my goodness.
How do you have her name in your phone, Pledge?
Chick from the Roo Pub?
No, it was Angry Chick or something like that.
Angry.
Does she even have a real name, a real first name that you're aware of?
It was Stout.
Oh, Stout. I don't know that you want a female in your phone described as Stout. If she saw that, you would never go there again.
Stout chicks need love too.
Oh, I'm saying. I'm not saying they're not, but it's from the Stout house is where he found her.
Okay, I'm saying.
But and where they went home. But if she were to see herself described in the phone as Stout,
well, sure.
I just don't think that you would get another opportunity at that point.
Well, you never know.
Even if she needs love too.
Pledge can, I bet he can sweet talk her. Because apparently he did a hell of a job. I mean, man got some wounds.
Battle scars.
So he was going to town. I'm sure she enjoyed that.
Well, he did show up at the golf course the next morning.
Yeah.
I can't say that he was sober when he showed up at the golf course, but he did look like he had gone 12 rounds.
They were rug burns, dude. Come on. You know that's what they were.
He's trying to say, I fell and hit the concrete.
Uh-huh.
I missed a step at the apartment. And then as the rounds continued, the stories got a little bit better, and I'm still trying to figure out how that happened to your face.
What?
Actually, I'm not.
You see it. Tell her
I
next
just don't
time.
know. I just don't know how we could describe it on air.
Well, she didn't have to manscape as much or
Well, she might need to.
No, I think she did too much of that. It was a little prickly. Woo. That can cause injuries, man.
It did cause injuries.
Yes, we saw it.
Unfortunately.
All right. Well,
Pledge was proud of that one.
It's a good time. I don't blame him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Should probably call her again.
Has he?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Have you? No. You've struck a nerve.
I hope she doesn't listen to this show. Then he damn sure will never call her again.
If she knew, if she's listening, she does not think that we're talking about her.
Oh, no?
Because she would not be described as stout in a phone.
I got nothing wrong with stout.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I got no problem with that.
Yeah, most females don't want to be described like,
well, no,
you'd be a good
don't.
middle linebacker.
No. Oh, man. What day is it?
Mario Barrios, El Azteca. Big fight coming up Saturday night in Las Vegas. Mario joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, though, let me tell you about my friends over at Hill Electric. When you need an electrician, you need to know Hill Electric is available to you 24/7 for residential and commercial needs. I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my home through the years. They've added extra outlets in the garage, put up a spotlight over one of the grills outside, dimmer lights in the living room. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. So whether you need additional outlets or USB ports, you got a fuse that is constantly blowing out a flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price. Never a service charge, always free estimates. Whether it's at work, whether it's at home, Hill Electric. Call them 210-404-9074, 404-9074, or hill-electric.com.
94.1 FM.
The Big Blind is celebrating their official grand opening May 8th through the 12th with an epic weekend, starting with a 12K tournament on Wednesday the 8th, 10K tournaments Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with $500 high hands every half hour, and a 5K Texas free roll on Sunday. Plus, daily blackjack tournaments. Plan now to celebrate the Big Blind grand opening next week. The Big Blind, down from the Roof Pub at 281 in Redland Road. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com.
Family Talk with Straight Talk.
You give and you give. It's time to get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data, and you get to choose who joins your family plan starting as low as $25 a line.
Does it have to be family?
It can be family or people you like.
Get more lines and more savings. Switch to Straight Talk for family plan starting as low as $25 a line per month for 4 lines. Find us at Walmart and straighttalk.com. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com. Family plan discount with 4 lines, all on the Silver Unlimited plan. Taxes and fees apply.
Hi, everyone. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, we have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions. They'll tell you if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-460-3550. So if you've been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, call now. Find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-460-3550 to speak with a live person now.
Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states.
Pork rinds pack a protein punch and are the boldest low-carb snacks out there. Skip the chip and try Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds for that ultimate crunch. And with flavors that will have you craving for more, the time to stock up on Southern Recipe at H-E-B is now. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous.
Now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, save $8 on a pair of Bosch Icon wiper blades in-store only. We'll even install them for free at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get 5 quarts of O'Reilly Full Synthetic Motor Oil and a MicroGuard oil filter for $31.99 at O'Reilly Auto Parts. In-store only, limit supply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Folks, quality is a huge deal. It's what I look for when I recommend something to my listeners. It means you can depend on it. Quality means it won't let you down. Well, that's the definition of a Connecticut water softener. With other water softener brands, you just never know. Maybe they work half the time or they're just plain junk. A Connecticut water softener is up to 80% more efficient than competing models and will be the last water softener you'll ever own. That's because you're buying quality, and it's backed up with an outstanding 10-year warranty, too. If you're ready to enjoy all the benefits that come with quality, bring home a Connecticut water softener. Call the team at Connecticut at 656-PURE or online at ConnecticutSA.com. That's 656-PURE or ConnecticutSA.com, and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
I love San Antonio, man. I love it.
On 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Saturday night, big fight night in Las Vegas, featuring one of our own, San Antonio's own El Azteca, Mario Barrios, who is joining us now on the Buyers Barricades at Guest Line. Big fight coming up Saturday. I know a lot going on in Las Vegas today, Mario. Appreciate you taking the time a couple of days before the big fight.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's always a pleasure being on with you guys.
Well, we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We don't want to irritate you, man. You know, I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, there's some guys you piss off and some guys that you don't.
No.
You're on the don't, but you're too cool to, to go that route. You know, every time we have you on before a big fight, we always kind of start with what training camp has been like for you, because they always seem to be a little bit different. So what has this camp been like for you as you prepare for the fight coming up on Saturday?
You know what? This one hasn't really been too much different. I've been out in Vegas for like 2 or 3 months now. I'm pretty sick of it out here. I'm ready to go back home to San Antonio. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm ready. I know it's going to be a hell of a fight. I know Maidana's coming with a lot to prove, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make sure the strap stays in San Antonio.
Yeah, does that add a little more pressure, Mario, when you've got that, you're defending the title, and or do you even think about that once the bell sounds?
No, I mean it's definitely something that's like that's on your mind, especially in training. I feel like in training it's usually the biggest motivator. Just knowing that you don't want to lose your title, and I mean, yeah, and a victory on Saturday, it's going to open up, even bigger doors, that it's going to lead, to more world titles.
Knowing that, how do you stay focused on beating the crap out of this guy and kicking his ass, Maidana, on Saturday night, knowing that a win propels you to so many bigger fights? How do you keep this fight in perspective where that is your focus?
I don't know, really. I think that's just what makes us fighters. We got to go in there and we got to handle what's in front of us. It's kind of I mean, it's really life and death. Every time we step in there. So we're just trying to be the first one, to beat the crap out of the other guy.
Mario, you say that, and Minix says that, and I just wonder. I mean, you go in the ring. I mean, it's kind of like when we grew up in school, and you didn't like somebody, you fight them out on the playground, you want to beat the crap out of them. I mean, you look at it like that. You just want to get in there and just kick that guy's ass. I mean, it's just beat the crap out of him.
Basically, to try to beat him down before he beats me down.
Well, we know you. You're not going to let that happen. I mean, we know you too well. Mario Barrios joining us here on the Blitz 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. You talk about being in Vegas for a couple of months for training camp. Now, most of us couldn't handle being in Vegas more than a long weekend because our wallets and our liver wouldn't survive. I'm guessing your couple months in Vegas different than most. You say you're sick of it. Are you sick of Vegas, or are you sick of the training camp part of the being out in Vegas? I would think that would be a tough place to have training camp, because there could be so many distractions with the restaurants and, well, the nightlife. Hell, it's Vegas.
Yeah. I think I'm just sick of both. I think just like the city itself, the weather. But yeah, I definitely can see how, someone, especially like doing boxing or doing any type of fighting, could find it hard to focus here. There is definitely a lot of distractions. There's so many good places to eat. But still there's nothing like the food back home in San Antonio. Can't wait, to go back and get some breakfast tacos. And I'm just really looking forward to being back.
Well, hopefully you bring that belt back with you, and we have every confidence you're going to do that. Look, Mario, I love boxing, man. And one of the best things about boxing, when you guys are in the ring, that's one thing, but all the pre-stuff. Now, Canelo Alvarez and Oscar De La Hoya kind of went at each other on the podium. What did you think about that whole exchange between those two guys?
I think it's pretty entertaining. I think De La Hoya is the character. You know, I think it's kind of just crazy seeing a promoter, you know, act, you know, in that type of way. But especially, you know, because he's obviously he's not fighting anymore. You know, and the one that is fighting Canelo, you know, he's not even saying as much as a promoter. You know, if anything, he's just giving his fighter more to live up to, and you know, and Canelo's a big name to try and do that against.
Yeah, you know, it's there. I mean, do you just kind of sit back and laugh, and then do you talk about it with the other guys, the fighters? Do you talk about it with Oscar or Canelo? Just like, dude, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely been something, you know, that not only me, but you know, all the other fighters on the card, you know, they were talking about this morning also, or you know, since it happened. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty entertaining, but I would be pretty annoyed. I mean, if I was Jaime Munguia.
Well, so Mario, you don't get in the face. There's no trash talking between you and Maidana, right? I mean, you guys just it's all business.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been a good trash talker to begin with. I usually just like to, you know, let my skills speak for themselves, and yeah, I mean, that's how I've kind of been, you know, my whole career.
So is that just not being a good trash talker in your mind? Is that just a skill you don't have, or you just don't want to get into that part of the game, the theatrics part of it?
I think it's more just that. Like, I don't care for the whole, you know, theatrics, the whole, you know, putting on an act, you know, when the cameras are there, and just being somebody that I'm not.
Well, Mario, has anybody ever gotten in your face and said a bunch of nonsense? I mean, does that piss you off, or does that just motivate you to get in the ring and pop them?
Yeah. I mean, it hasn't happened, you know, much. It happened a few times earlier in my career, but you know, it never got a reaction out of me. Because you know, like I said, I know it doesn't matter, you know, what is said. All that matters is, you know, what punches are thrown, you know, come fight night.
Mario Barrios joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. I know a lot of media going on today to promote the fight coming up on Saturday night. So you're there, everybody's there. No WWE kind of crap coming from your side of stuff, but you know, will there be some fun? At what point do you on Saturday get angry at Maidana? Do you have photos, video, Fabian, where you just look at them? What gets you angry when you're going into the ring, getting ready for the fight?
Nothing really. You know, I don't step into the ring, you know, with anger or anything really. You know, I fight best, you know, when I'm calm, cool, and collected. So you know, that's how I prefer, you know, to step into the ring.
You know, that's why professional boxers like yourself, Mario, I mean, it's amazing how you guys can keep your cool. Because, I mean, let's face it, you're in there, and if a guy pops you or maybe a cheap shot or whatever the case, I mean, you still have to keep your cool and be the professional that you are. And that's one of the skills of being a pro.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, we can't go in there all hot-headed, you know, losing it, you know, anytime a punch is landed, you know, even if it's like a dirty shot, you know, we know how to turn it up and when to, and I think that's what makes us professionals at this.
All right, so it's you know, around lunchtime in Vegas right now. You got all the media today on Thursday, Friday, then Saturday. What are the next 24, 48 hours like for you leading up to the fight on Saturday night?
Well, today is the last day for the weight cut. So I'm gonna get my last workout in, make weight tomorrow, you know, eat good, and then just rest up for Saturday.
So once you make weight, Mario, what are you going to eat? What's going to be on the menu, man? Because I know you're trying to make weight and you're having to be disciplined and all that, but after you step off that scale, you can eat whatever you want, right?
Yeah. We can eat whatever we want, but of course, it's like having a sports car. You're not gonna put unleaded gas in it. So even after we make the weight, I still eat very clean up until after I fight.
After you fight. All right. So after you kick his ass on Saturday night, you get the new belt. Where you going for dinner to celebrate?
Oh, I haven't even thought about that. But I mean, it's gonna be something good that I've been wanting. There's this food truck over here. They have Wagyu cheeseburgers. So I've been wanting to go and check that out.
A Wagyu cheeseburger.
That sounds good.
It really does.
Where's that food truck?
I just came across the video on Instagram yesterday. I could send it y'all's way, but yeah.
Well, I'm just trying to think of all the great restaurants. Like, do you have reservations for your party after you fight to go celebrate? No, you're finding a food truck that sells Wagyu burgers, which sounds great.
That sounds fantastic.
I mean, Wagyu burgers sound great. Food truck, it's Vegas, so it's going to be good. I was just thinking one of the fancier, I don't know, places that you would end up.
Yeah, nah, I usually keep it very small. I'll just like pull up somewhere that's open 24 hours and usually just eat with me, a couple of my friends, my sisters. I never been really big on like a big celebration.
I've known you too long, Mario, because I remember when you were first coming up, you were like hoping to go to Wingstop or something after a fight. And this, was before you were the mega star that you are now. And you're still the same guy. Find me a food truck, although it's got to be a Wagyu cheeseburger now. I mean, you've upped your cheeseburger game quite a bit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm still, it's more about quality than quantity. But I'm never above going to a food truck.
Well, I tell you what, Mario, I admire you, man, because I can tell you've been dreaming of that cheeseburger. It's on your mind.
Well, he saw it on Instagram yesterday.
He's been dreaming about that thing, and it's like, man, there might be a picture in his locker of that cheeseburger, motivation to get through the fight and get over to that food truck.
Oh, 100%. I'm looking forward to it, but more than anything, I'm looking forward to stepping into the ring.
Step into the ring. All right. So as you get ready for the fight, serious question. You look at Maidana. He's obviously trying to prove something, beating you. What is going to be the biggest challenge you think that you're going to face on Saturday night?
There's not just one thing I have to worry about. He can box. He applies pressure. I said he's trying to make a name for himself. I just got to go in there and make sure I'm prepared. I stick to the game plan me and my team have been working on, and I think if I do that, I have no doubt I'll come out with the victory.
All right, Mario, I got to ask you a question. What you can tell us when the bell sounds at the end of a round and you go sit down on the stool, what is your trainer saying to you typically? I mean, is it instructions or what is usually the conversation?
That plays a big part on how the first round goes. Whether you're getting called punches, whether you're asserting your ring generalship, whether you're taking control or not. Usually, like the first couple rounds is just about finding your rhythm, finding your jab, setting these punches up. But yeah, I mean, if you go into a fight, then if you're getting, messed up in the first round, those conversations are going to be a lot different in the corner.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. Well, Mario, good luck on Saturday night. Come home with that belt. We'll get you live with that belt. I don't know, maybe at the Roo Pub, get you a Wemby burger. I mean, we'll get you another great burger here in San Antonio, man. Good luck. Make San Antonio proud on Saturday night.
Absolutely, guys. Appreciate you.
Appreciate
Thank you.
El Azteca, Mario Barrios on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com.
He's just such a good dude.
He is.
I mean, he's a pro, and that's the way he goes about it, and he's a good dude on top of it.
And I remember it wasn't, I don't know how many fights he had, but he was like, dude, I just want to go to Wingstop.
Yeah.
And now it's a food truck.
Yeah.
That he just discovered on Instagram.
Wagyu cheeseburger.
That sounds good.
It does.
It does sound good.
Not bad.
Hey, Wagyu cheeseburger.
You were expecting, like, I don't know, some fancy steakhouse with all the, the band and the champagne flying and all that. And he wants to go to a food truck.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you like, and I could text, like at Lavo, they have that 1 pound Wagyu meatball.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And
it's a great Italian place. That would be fantastic.
We could call Emmett up. Emmett just opened a restaurant in Vegas.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many great steakhouses.
Yeah.
Hey, dude wants a cheeseburger.
Hey.
And ain't nothing wrong with that.
Puro San Antonio.
Send them down to Fremont. What's that Heart Attack Grill down there where, you got to get like 5 patties and 80 strips of bacon.
Right.
You could go down there and do that.
Don't they give you something if you finish that thing?
Oh, check.
No, but I think you get a T-shirt or an apron or something.
A defibrillator?
And maybe that's
the defibrillators are on the table. No, I think if you're over 350 pounds, you eat for free.
I think that's it. Yeah.
I don't know.
I knew there was something because I remember reading that, but I can't remember what it was. Cool place.
Brilliant, Joe.
I know it's something.
Yeah, $3.99 steak and fries at different places too.
Hey, gonna get some hats for the kids too. I mean, great outdoors. Love that movie.
Cheeseburger, huh?
Wagyu cheeseburger.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
If you've grilled any Wagyu cheeseburgers lately or any other great meat, coming up later in the show, we'll give away a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. Just upload those photos to the Grilling with the Blitz page at sasportstar.com. Always fun talking with Mario Barrios. Again, his fight Saturday night, the co-main event on the Canelo Alvarez card. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be a good fight. That was hilarious, though, De La Hoya and Canelo.
We would love to play you the audio, but we don't know how to bleep the words in Spanish that may or may not be bad.
Well, I recognize some of those words, and yeah. Because you know how it is. It's the first thing you learn in Spanish.
Mm-hmm. All the bad words. But it would just be one long beat.
It would be one long. Yeah, Canelo was going to town.
I mean, it looked funny, sounded funny. Pledge was like, I'm not bleeping stuff. I don't know what we can air.
Exactly.
I have no idea. I mean,
it was funny.
For all we know, they were exchanging recipes, but it sounded like a lot of bad words. So we can't play
it.
YouTube it if you want to see it. Man, I tell you what, good stuff. Can't wait for a big fight coming up on that Saturday night. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro, especially if you need caps. Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom right now, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps. He has Nike caps. He even has the new Katie caps. Go check them out there at Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. If you need uniforms, over 700 uniform lines to choose from all kinds of industries, medical, restaurant, construction, schools, leagues, and more. If you need your logo on a fishing shirt, a golf shirt, Sam will get you taken care of. Nobody has better prices, and Sammy is the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too small, certainly no order too big, and all items do come with the warranty. Call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing, 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or better yet, go by that massive showroom on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ.
Friday on the Morning Huddle, we will look back at closeout games. Do we still have the Bucks and the 76ers to kick around? We'll look forward to what will be a fantastic series between the Nuggets and the Timberwolves.
Plus, it's Kentucky Derby weekend. Dick Girardi joins us at 8. Huddle starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Do you have unfiled tax returns or being threatened by the IRS that your wages are about to be garnished or bank accounts are going to be levied? You need an ally. Allies Tax Relief has professionals ready to fight for you. Their enrolled agents, tax attorneys, and CPAs have saved millions of dollars for taxpayers just like you. They won't just resolve your tax problems, they'll most importantly protect your wages, bank accounts, and all your assets from being taken by the IRS. Call for a free consultation. 800-230-5174. 800-230-5174 or go to alliestaxrelief.com.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
In business, service is everything. Cintas delivers what you need to better serve your customers. Whether it's freshly laundered work apparel for almost any job imaginable, tested and inspected fire protection systems, first aid and safety supplies, on-site AED training, or mops and restroom products, stocked and ready when you need them. Better work days happen together. So visit Cintas.com
I'm ready!
and get ready for the workday.
At Progressive, we know how much you love your recreational vehicles, so we decided to record this commercial in an RV.
With a family on vacation.
Mom, who are these people? Oh, that's Flo and Jamie. They're recording a commercial, sweetie. Don't they do that in the studio?
Normally.
No.
But we wanted to feature a family who bundled their home and RV and saved with Progressive.
Yeah, it looks like you're all out of chips.
Okay, I think we'll just drop you off at the next gas station.
Bundle your home and other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancer pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax. Touchdown! A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax. 100% natural male enhancement formulas only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
Get ready for the ultimate pop culture experience at the Ace Superhero Comic-Con presented by Thomas J. Henry. Join us June 20th through the 23rd as we welcome Hawkeye's Jeremy Renner, Andor's Diego Luna, and many more stars. Plus, capture a free selfie and autograph with 10 of the celebrities in the free autograph zone. Indulge in our free play arcade, explore Vendor Village, and rock out to daily concerts. Don't miss out. Get your event passes now at pmxevents.com.
When was the last time you went to the dentist? Need a new dentist? Hi, Jason Minix here. Go see my dentist at Smile Structure Dentistry and Braces. Smile Structure can handle all your dentistry needs, from general dentistry to oral surgery, orthodontics for the kids, or Invisalign for adults. Mention this ad, get a free exam and x-rays. Veteran owned with 5 San Antonio area locations. Learn more and book an appointment online at smilestructure.com. That's smilestructure.com.
Aggies play here. This is Andrew Monaco, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. You can win a pair of Fandango codes to see 20th Century Studios' new film, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, premiering May 10th.
All right.
Just be caller number 10 right now. 210-656 ESPN, 656-3776, and you win those fancy Fandango codes.
You know, those Planet of the Apes movies have changed quite a bit, right? With technology.
All movies have, sir.
Right. I mean,
I don't know where you were going with that or what you were expecting, but yes, they have changed for the better, I think.
Well, sure.
Maybe.
I mean, I remember.
Here we go.
One of the first ones. Right?
Oh,
they
yeah?
had the little mask on, basically. Hey, you knew it was a human walking around pretending to be an ape. The little Halloween mask on. That's real.
You were that kid, weren't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, come on.
Were you that kid?
They yes.
You know,
I mean, it was pretty obvious.
Well, no, it was a movie.
Yeah, but now you watch them and they look real.
Oh, so now you think they're real?
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, they're still fake. You know that.
They look real. It's not some dude walking around with a mask on. Jeez. I mean, it was pretty pathetic.
At what point did you realize cars didn't really talk? That kit was not real.
Yeah, the one dude had an English accent even. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. I didn't know. Oh, cheerio. Can I have a banana? I need a floater. God, it's like, come on.
Here we go. So you're that.
Be stealing my Lucky Charms. The dude in the mask. We're getting close.
Damn near snorted.
We're getting close.
You
Damn near did. It was close.
Wow. You all right?
It's man.
Movies aren't real.
It's Thursday. Well, I know, but some look more real than others. I'm just saying that was a long time ago. Was that first Planet of the Apes was what? Back in the 80s, 70s, maybe?
Sure.
I don't know. It was a long time ago.
And that bothered you?
It did.
Did you feel good to get it off your chest?
It did. Yeah. So I've never been a huge fan of that franchise, but maybe it's because of that.
Because they weren't.
You know, kids today get to see the real thing, and it looks
kids
real.
Today have no idea the struggle that we used to have.
They're exactly right. You are exactly right.
I have no idea,
man.
None. What I hear is Joe likes it real.
Yes.
He doesn't like fake.
No. Do you?
I don't give a damn.
It can be either way.
What are we talking about now?
I have no idea. You don't care if it's real or fake. I prefer real.
Well, we all would.
No, sure.
But
yeah.
But you watched the movie Planet of the Apes and you were disappointed to realize it was fake. Yet you give me crap for not liking wrestling because at 10 I discovered it was fake and have not cared about wrestling ever since.
Well, you have to take wrestling for what it is.
You don't think Planet of the Apes? You don't take that for what it is?
No, all I'm saying is it didn't look real. I mean, there was no way that you looked at that film and thought that those people were apes. I mean, they were people with a mask on.
It was a movie.
I know, but geez, they could have done it. I mean, I've seen better,
here we go.
Costumes where the guy gets in the whole thing and bounces around with the fur and with the whole costume.
I mean, we don't need to hear about your weekends.
I've never thought about that.
Go to a furry convention in Las Vegas.
I'm just saying, 1968 that was around.
Wow.
That was the first one.
That was before my time.
Well, just saying. That's according to Wikipedia.
Well, Wikipedia's got to be right.
Well, I'd just like to know the mask. I mean, I'm sure there were a lot of kids bouncing around.
What was the technology like that back then that they could have done differently?
Well, they couldn't have. But I mean, when you've just got a dude standing there with an ape mask on, I mean, do something else.
So you just wouldn't let yourself believe? Just let yourself go?
You kind of
take yourself there?
That's why I didn't watch it.
What movies did you watch when you were a kid growing up?
I was a big Godzilla fan.
Godzilla?
Yeah. Yes.
And that was so realistic.
It looked
real.
real.
Was so realistic.
It looked real.
It did not look real. Not even close.
Godzilla looked real.
He did not look real. He still doesn't look real.
Dude, I still watch Godzilla movies.
So basically, you picked a side. You went Godzilla instead of Planet of the Apes.
I did. Yeah, I preferred that.
It's the same.
Well, I mean, even if you watch an old episode of Star Trek, you realize how fake that. I mean, it's just like even though Captain Kirk was the coolest dude in the world.
And HDTV has ruined all of that stuff.
It really has.
I mean, you remember on those bad TVs that we had growing up that we thought were great? Oh, Pledge just pulled up Godzilla from 1964. And you thought that was real?
Yeah.
Look at that. You thought that was real?
Yes. Look at that.
Oh, my God. That is awful animation. Awful.
That's when the people from Japan, they had to translate, right? And so the mouth was like way ahead of the words.
And you thought that was real?
Yes.
And Planet of the Apes looked fake.
It did.
And you're going to give me crap about wrestling. And my wrestling story was really traumatic. I mean, traumatic. This, everybody knew was fake. It was a movie. Just sit back and enjoy.
Okay. I did. Now, I don't know what the hell we're watching here.
It's Godzilla.
Godzilla. Look at that. Those eyes. Whoa.
And you thought that was real.
Scary stuff.
Oh, brutal. Yeah, that looks real. This is great. This is great radio. You guys should YouTube along with us. Good Lord.
Pledge, you have to find the original Planet of the Apes. Will you pull that up?
No, we're moving on.
I'm just saying.
You can watch that later.
I just want to see it.
You and Nagy tonight kick back with a glass of wine and talk about the realistic Godzilla movie you're going to watch.
Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes. Watch what you want to watch. Does the Planet of the Apes trailer, somebody tweet it to me and to Joe.
See,
at
now
Joe
you're
Reinigle
fascinated.
210,
You're
at Jason
fascinated
Minix.
by it.
I just want to see what the technology is now. I have not seen, honestly, a trailer for
this movie.
For the new Planet of the Apes movie that's coming out. I'm sure there is one out there. Please tweet it to me. I didn't know there was a movie coming out until I just put it on the screen to give away the Fandango codes, which we've given away.
I expect a movie review. Whoever won those codes.
And it still looks very realistic.
Well, now it does.
Oh, yeah, that's real. Yep. Yeah. Yep. I could totally see that. Oh, yeah, look at that. Yep.
Oh.
Good Lord.
See, you have a heart, Minix. You just proved it.
Mm-hmm. So it's that time of the NFL season where you get headlines that make Cowboy non-fans excited. Is a doomsday scenario on the horizon in Dallas? That is the headline on Yahoo.
It is.
Seriously.
It is.
That's the headline right now.
I think they were trying to, pull into that whole doomsday defense thing, and it's a play on words.
You're brilliant.
Well, it made me click on the.
Well, of course it did.
You wouldn't have clicked on that story?
A doomsday scenario on the horizon in Dallas.
Uh-huh.
Well, of course.
Sure.
It's a Cowboy story.
And plus, it had a picture of Jerry Jones.
Yeah. And, you love pictures of Jerry Jones.
I do. I like Jerry.
A little creepy in my mind, but
I
do.
like Jerry.
Yes.
We get to suck on that all week.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically talking about the story. Basically, is talking about the same things we've been talking about after I started reading the story. But it hooked me in. It got me to click.
It's called clickbait.
Sure, and it did.
You.
So they're talking about not extending Prescott and CeeDee Lamb and all of that. And is that going to cause some problems? And no running back per se, and the offensive line is going to be very young.
Well, I mean, you say no running back per se, but they did sign a veteran in Ezekiel Elliott.
Uh-huh.
Barely say that with a straight face.
Exactly.
I don't think they're done with the running back situation. I really don't.
Uh-huh.
And I say that also catching myself being very honest. I'm hoping as a Cowboy fan that they're not done in the running back room. I'll agree with Rob Thompson from the Morning Huddle. Zeke might be RB1, like we heard Will McClay say. He's got the status, but he won't be the leading rusher for the Dallas Cowboys this year.
Who will be?
I don't know. I don't know if that guy's on the roster right now. I really don't. It might be Rico. I think right now, if you look at and you go with the way Will McClay said it yesterday, Zeke is RB1 right now. He throughout his career. I think that's just more of a respect thing. His contract is very disrespectful. So if you look at the idea of him playing for a vet minimum contract, where he was and where he is now, all right, you're gonna you're number one on the depth chart, but you're nowhere close to being number one in the paycheck department. So wherever you are, you could say Zeke signing that contract tells me Zeke still wants to play because Zeke has enough money, should have enough money. He doesn't need that. He's accepted a role, and his contract tells you that. From a status standpoint, he'll start as RB1. I'll give you that. At the end of the year, we'll see. Short yardage situation, great blocker. I agree with what I heard Rob and RJ talking about this morning. Those guys, Zeke won't be the leading rusher on this Cowboys team. I don't know if that running back is Rico or if that guy is yet to be found, whether it's a trade or somebody gets cut, one of these kids from the UFL. I don't know. But Zeke might be RB1, but he won't be the leading rusher at the end of the year.
Well, that's a bold statement by RJ and Rob. I mean, how do you know? I mean, they may not have any other choice. Rico Dowdle, maybe Jerry's looking at him like he looked at the offensive line. We've got you. It's your time to step up. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. They got Royce Freeman. You're going to have to give him a shot, I guess.
Yeah.
I just don't see it. You can't look at that running back room right now and feel too comfortable. I mean, there's just no way to feel comfortable with it. I certainly don't, and I can't imagine that any Cowboy fan does. It's just that Zeke Elliott has just – I've never seen a guy go from the top of his game to where he is today as quick. And maybe that's because he ran the ball too much. Wear and tear, whatever it is, and however you want to phrase it. But,
I mean, the guy's got over 2,000 carries. Looking at his stats right now, you go back to his rookie year in 2016, 322 carries, 1,600 yards. That was his best season. Let's see. 2017, 983 yards, then 1,418, 1,319, 979 and 20, 1,000, just over 1,000, 1,002 and 21, 876, and last year 184 carries, 642 yards, 3.5 yards per carry, and 3 touchdowns last year for the Patriots. 3.5 yards per carry, down from at one point in his career he was at 5 yards a carry. 21 he was 4.2, 22 3.8. And 3.5 last year. If he gets 3.5 this year in short yardage situations, that's good. But he doesn't have that burst. He's not the guy that every time he touches the ball, you think he's going to be able to take it to the house. That's why I think that he's there for blocking and short yardage situation, which is something the Cowboys missed last year. So, not saying I agree with this, but putting myself in the minds of the Cowboys front office, did they fix a problem from last year? They did. But they have not replaced Tony Pollard unless they think Rico could be that guy.
That's the only thing I could think of.
And they've kept Rico around through some injuries. And Rico, with opportunity last year, did play well. And if you go back last offseason, when everybody was saying it was going to be Pollard and Malik Davis, I kept saying Rico. And Malik Davis is still on a milk carton. Because everybody that I talked to up there, they loved what Rico offered. And they kept him around and kept him around and kept him around. And all I did was listen and say, I keep hearing Rico. You guys are saying Malik. I keep hearing Rico. And Malik is still there, but on a milk carton.
Well, why is Malik still there? That's the question.
Well,
I mean, the guy hasn't played. He hadn't even sniffed the field.
They don't trust him.
Well, why is he there?
Well, I mean,
get rid of him.
Because he's better than what they don't have. I don't know. Maybe it's the Cowboys. They like to develop.
The only thing,
maybe they think there's still something there. He doesn't cost a lot.
The only thing that I can,
he brings snacks to the meeting.
He must. Never mind. The only thing that I can say is that that's the philosophy of the Cowboys this year. The young guys have been here. We drafted them. We've had them. It's their time to shine. And so, maybe they go out and get somebody, maybe they don't. But Rico Dowdle, I would assume at this point in time, is who they're counting on to be their number one guy.
I don't think they're done.
We'll see.
I don't think they're done.
Well, they got a lot of work to do between now and the end of July. A lot of work to do.
I hope they're busy.
So, well, that's why I hope they are too. They need to be.
When we get to Oxnard,
we
might have an idea of who the RB1, as Will McClay told us yesterday, running back by committee. Zeke might start. Who finishes? It's Manu coming off the bench. Doesn't matter who starts. It's who finishes. I don't know. I will agree with Rob. He and RJ have a little debate going on. I'll agree with Rob because Zeke might be RB1. He won't be the leading rusher for the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, we'll see. I don't know what to think with the Cowboys anymore. And I think, did you see the video they put out of Zeke yesterday? Boy, he was all through the cones and in the trash can around the.
Yeah.
Looked like a 20-year-old Zeke.
Absolutely. Everybody looks good on air.
I know it. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
RB1.
Bet minimum contract.
RB1.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because he robbed Jerry once. We're going to let him rob him again.
No, but it also tells me, now Zeke says he had other offers, but he wanted to be in Dallas.
He's reunited with his buddy, Dak.
Yeah.
Dak is thrilled.
He is.
Excited to have Zeke back.
We'll hear from Dak.
We will.
Zeke and the reunion. The love connection. Reunited. Coming up here, 2 and 2. The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Taking you home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz with the NBA playoffs here. You want to get in on the action and have fun watching the games the way I do? Make sure you download the Underdog Fantasy app and start playing their pick'em game, where you pick between 2 and 5 players to build a pick'em entry. Select higher or lower on player stats. If your picks hit, you could win up to 100 times your money. Endless projections to choose from. You create your own experience. It's a ton of fun to play. I love winning on the pick'em game, obviously. It is fantasy, but legal in Texas. So get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com or download the Underdog Fantasy app. Use my promo code STAR when you sign up, and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. Plus, they'll give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick'em entry. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, promo code STAR when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com.
When it's time for a brake job, go with a solution that delivers one of the smoothest and most quiet rides on the road. Napa Silent Guard brakes. Made with fiber-reinforced shims that eliminate noise for the life of the pad. Rubber-coated hardware for a better fit on 99.5% of vehicles. And quality design that meets and exceeds OE performance. Napa Silent Guard brakes deliver the stopping power and performance drivers demand in their vehicles. Available now at Napa locations nationwide.
The good folks at Wendy's have a revolutionary new product for you. Introducing the new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty. It's like a time machine that takes you all the way back to now, the year 2024. It's the classic creamy, orangey flavor you remember. Dare I say, it's new-timey. It's the flavor you grew up with, just all grown up. Head over to your local Wendy's establishment and get yours while supplies last. The new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty. Here for the now, for now.
Limited time only at participating Wendy's.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Hi, everybody. Scott Innes here. For 25 years, I've been voicing lovable cartoon dogs like Scooby-Doo, Astro. Hey, I love puppies and dogs. And now I get to help pets that need a voice to save their lives. That's where the Puppy Food Bank comes in. The Puppy Food Bank helps pet rescue organizations so they can feed puppies. For just $11 a month, you can save a pet's life. Go to puppyfoodbank.org now and donate, and they'll send you a nice gift. Puppy Food Bank is proudly supported by Thomas J. Henry.
Gomez Law Firm has been taking care of the people of San Antonio for almost 50 years, the leader in personal injury law. Jose, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
We do ride-sharing cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
We've been around for almost 50 years, and we're not going anywhere.
Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
94.1 FM. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Couple of more NBA playoff games tonight. We got the Bucks trying to stay alive. They trail the Indiana Pacers 3-2. They will tip at 5:30 tonight. The Knicks hoping to close out the 76ers. 8 o'clock tip-off at Madison Square Garden. Texas Rangers, they're playing this afternoon. We'll get you a score update on that. And the Astros, they had a 3-game winning streak, came to an end last night. They'll try to get back on track tonight, 7-10.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Falling microphones in the studio.
Uh-oh, it fell down.
It did.
Nice.
You knew it
nice.
wasn't going to take long.
By the way, Texas is up 3-0, top half of the 6th inning.
Oh, nice.
Just to, they're taking on the Washingtons.
The Washingtons? the Washingtons.
The Washingtons.
Yep.
Yes.
This is where you talk, Bo.
And, okay, while you and Pledge fix your mic problem so it stands up by itself.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you know.
Well, you know.
Sometimes you need the assist.
Pledge has got that magic touch. You know, that seems to be a problem that could be rectified. I don't know why it's not.
We have asked the engineers over and over.
Uh-huh.
And AJ Hoffman, if you're listening, because this is where you're going to sit. It's been a problem for a long time. Now, these microphones haven't changed in the 16 years that I've been here.
Right.
This little contraption deal, they can't replace it. But, and I'm like, well, get a bigger screw. But it won't take, if you see what I mean.
Got you.
Right? And it's all stripped out in there.
Ah.
So.
Are we still talking about screws and microphones?
Yes.
What are we talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then you ask the engineer, what's his name? Halen?
Uh-huh. He just walked by you.
Halen. It was like, well, it's a piece of crap, man. It's the best I can do. It's going to keep breaking on you.
I think a wing nut would probably work better.
Well, I have no idea. Right. And then I look around and I say, well, you know, there's studios in this building that really don't get used a lot. Can we just rob Peter to pay Paul?
That
Can
sounds
we
reasonable.
switch it out? The problem is, and if you're watching on YouTube, I'll try to show this. See, this little wire here goes through here, goes through that down there, and then it goes into, I don't know, some spaghetti looking mess of things that are in the building. And so what needs to happen is this: if this cord dies, then the engineer would probably have to figure out what to do.
Right.
And where it goes.
So are you thinking about just like cutting that thing, or?
Well, I mean, it's not a brake line, and it would be pretty obvious who would. I mean, but yeah. But that's why they can't replace this damn thing, because the wire is going into there, and I think if they moved it, the whole building might fall down.
It could be.
It's possible. Like this building, there is a transmitter down the hall from KTSA in like the 50s, and honestly, I don't know that it works. But I think if they tried to take it out, the building would fall.
It might.
It might.
I remember that back when I worked here the first time.
Well, yeah. Remember, you'd have to go back there and do like readings.
Yes.
Yes. And you'd look at that and
yeah,
write down whatever the numbers say.
I remember that. And again, the building hasn't changed a whole lot. There's more studios. That's about about it.
Yes.
Other than that, it
looks
the same.
Yeah. I mean, well, they remodeled in late 2007, early 2008.
They did?
And it hasn't changed since then. Yes.
It hasn't changed since 1997.
No, it's changed since 97.
Oh, okay.
A little bit since 93.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
In the window, the new thing?
Oh, yeah. They put a window in here so we can do like
there you
zoom
go,
on, which
yeah.
is good because it's less carpet on the wall.
Well, that is a good thing.
But they don't vacuum the carpets on the wall.
Or
and that's why everybody comes in here and
sniffles.
Yep.
It's all good.
You guys think you have problems at your office? Yeah. You know, and your engineer's like, yeah, it's a piece of crap, man. Nothing you can do.
You deal with it.
Yes.
Well, at this point in time, it's funny. It happens to you, which makes it funnier. And so we got something to talk about.
What's going on with yours where it doesn't happen? Because Rob wrestles that microphone every damn day.
Well, I do too, because it moves.
Yeah.
See how it moves. And so you kind of have to bring it back.
Yeah. It moves on its own, huh?
It does.
But you know, the difference between yours and his. We got this little black kind of short nubby screw in there. He's got like a screw.
We're talking about Rob now, or what?
He's got like a screw with a nut on the end of it.
Oh.
Yes.
Attaching his.
That is correct. Yes.
So you got a different.
I got a different screw.
He's got a different gizmo holding it in place.
Well, that's it, because you're. Yeah. Because that one used to break a lot. They somehow fixed it. That wind destroyed that thing at one point.
Well, it's working just fine. I haven't had a problem in 2.5 years.
That's not true. You've got lots of problems
with the mic.
Oh, with the mic.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Fair enough. I have no idea. All right.
You have
no idea.
That's very true. We could probably do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
Newsflash: Johnny Manziel not a fan of the NCAA.
I agree with Johnny Manziel on this point, and where he's F the NCAA. That's what he said on a podcast. So they deserve everything they have coming to them.
You know, he's on a podcast called The Favorites. He's right. I mean, because we know the NCAA is dying. Johnny Manziel getting a lot of credit for helping Reggie Bush get Vince Young's Heisman Trophy back.
Yes.
And he was the most vocal about it. And I was kind of surprised when Johnny was saying, like, I will not do anything for the Heisman and people until Reggie Bush is reinstated. I thought, do they care about Johnny Manziel?
Apparently so.
But apparently they do.
Yeah.
And this stage of Johnny's life, I'm becoming a fan of Johnny again. I mean, obviously, you know, we knew him in high school, knew him through A&M. This, you know, the NFL version of Johnny, that was a guy I don't recognize. I mean, except for he wins every press conference. You know, the documentary, the stuff that I'm hearing about him now. whatever stage of life he is in, right, this is a Johnny that can be productive. This is a Johnny I could be a fan of.
Yeah, a couple of things. Every now and then see him up in Kerrville, and he's turned into a hell of a golfer, for one thing. The guy can play golf, and he's dating Jose Canseco's daughter. So, things are turning for Johnny, apparently.
No matter, his rock bottom would have been a lot of people's goals, right? Johnny's just been one of those guys that no matter what, he's good at everything that he does.
It's interesting though, and
except play quarterback in the NFL.
Well, I will say this: he may have a future in the broadcast booth. I'm watching this podcast, and they're talking about different quarterbacks. Caleb Williams. They're talking about Bo Nix, and just kind of a preview of these guys coming in, and he's breaking them down and how they do things, and it was very interesting.
Amazing how good you are when you watch film.
Yeah,
and he would be a good broadcaster. He was a good interview in high school.
Yeah.
He was. I remember one of the first times we interviewed him here on this show many years ago. He was in high school at Tybee, and it was like, dude, did we just talk to Peyton Manning? It was one of those kind of deals. He did a high school game. I was doing Tybee against Steele out at Clemens. He was a redshirt freshman at A&M. He was at that game. He was supposed to come up and do the halftime interview, and he ended up staying through the third and most of the fourth quarter, just as extra color guy analyzing. And it's kind of like Tony Romo. Now, granted, he had played for Tybee the year before. He knew all the plays, but he was calling the plays before they were happening. And I told him, man, you're going to be a great broadcaster when your NFL career is over, if you decide to do it. He's got that ability. And whatever it is about Johnny, he connects. He moves the needle. So, yeah, if he wanted and would apply himself, he could do big things in the broadcasting world.
He sounded great, and he broke those guys down and why he thinks the Broncos, took Bo Nix and Michael Penix with Atlanta and his mechanics, and I found it very entertaining. I'll be honest with you.
You put something in the rundown right below the Mike Tyson headline. I want to skip down to it.
Okay.
Read that headline to me. I'm not familiar with this story.
Well, it's a story that I saw. It kind of caught my eye.
Just read the headline. This is why it caught your eye.
Jenna Berman, if you know who that is, says, guys, my sex water cologne will make women want to lick you. I'm thinking she probably sold out in about an hour, if that's the case. Now, I don't know what this sex cologne is or sex water cologne is, but 60% of the time, it works every time.
Oh, it's okay. Sex water cologne.
Uh-huh. Now she's selling, I don't know who Jenna Berman is. And if you listen to the show, I don't know a lot of things when it comes to celebrities. So,
or anything else.
Yeah, well, no, I know a lot about sports, Jason. Sports.
Sure.
But I saw this and just kind of reading it, it doesn't say what's in it or anything like that. And why would it, right? But apparently it works, fellas. If you need a little help with the ladies, sex water cologne.
So as teenagers, remember when you're too old for this, but remember Axe body spray?
Yes, I do.
Right? Do you?
I do. Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh. I never wore it.
No, but all the boys that were coming over to the house for your daughters, they had the Axe on. You were like, nope, can't go. Nope. Like there was a bar in Birmingham with the drink called the Sex Panther, and you got a tattoo with it. Pledge has 4 of them.
Oh, wow.
That was an interesting trip.
Is that a real tattoo? You still got those tattoos, Pledge? Wow. Well, first of all, who the hell is Jenna Berman? Does anybody know?
Google image, my friend.
Well, I see her. She's in the article that I'm reading where I got this whole sex water cologne topic.
Did you order it?
No, it's $135.
What?
That's what it says.
You cheap bastard.
$135, sex water. Says it's well below what you'll be paying for a bottle of vodka at a South Beach club with no guarantee that women will want to lick you.
Mm-hmm. No guarantee.
No guarantee.
No guarantee. But for $135, it's worth a shot.
Well, or for $15, you can take sex water for a test drive to see how it performs.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you can get a sample for $15.
Just Google image, friends.
Wise pledge on the phone.
Stout.
Wow.
I
15
was
bucks.
making sure not behind a company email to find out if she was a certain type of
She's an actress.
famous.
Well, I don't know that she's an actress.
She's an actress.
There's a bunch of pictures of her in a bikini on the beach. So I'm assuming she
has an IMDb. She's an actress.
Oh, all right. Oh, so you Wikipedia'd her.
Google image. Yes.
Wikipedia.
There's multiple Jenna Bermans. There's one that's an actress. There's one that's an influencer, and there's one that dated Nick Bosa, apparently.
Well, I think this one is an influencer. She has 362,000 followers.
Okay.
On Instagram.
Either way, get your sex water.
I wish somebody would get that. We should order it just to see. Well, you got the HEB and you got a bunch of ladies running. Can I lick you? I would like to know. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. I want to see if it works. I mean, that's quite the guarantee.
Why all of a sudden you expect to be an HEB and some lady walks up to you sounding like Joe Namath talking to Culper?
Well, I don't know.
Seriously. And she's going to sound like that.
Now, aren't you guys, y'all are curious as I am. You want to know if this stuff works. Yeah, you do. You know it. Everybody out there listening wants to know if it works.
Dude, nobody out there believes it works.
Why?
How do you buy into this, but you thought Planet of the Apes looked too fake?
Because it was some English guy in a mask. That's how I know.
So a hot chick selling you sex water, you're willing to try.
Well, she's real, at least.
Parts of her.
Yeah, well, yes. Modern technology is a great thing sometimes. I'm just saying. I want to know if it works. You think Lance would let us put $15 on the company dime to order a sample?
I think you need more than one sample.
You think it's just like a one use for $15?
I don't know. But it's kind of like those eye drops. You buy the single vial,
right,
the single use ones, or you get the no preservative eye drops, right? Could be like that, but I think if we're gonna do a true test, I mean, what are we gonna get pledge a $15 sample and send them off out in the wild and see what happens?
Well, sure.
Or are we gonna get multiple people off into the wild and do a real study?
How would I kiss you?
Get 10 people and see how many.
Well, I mean, first of all, you have to be lickable, right? You couldn't just get somebody that.
No. Wait a minute. Now, according to you, this sex water doesn't matter if you're lickable or not. It doesn't matter if you're lickable or not.
Yeah, it really doesn't say that there's a
like if you buy this, somebody's gonna attack you in the grocery store wanting to lick you. According to Joe Reinagel, you're gonna turn old ladies into Joe Namath.
How would I kiss you?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yes. I wear that stuff in pics. I'd be a hit.
I don't.
How would I kiss you?
See, I don't think you need it in pics.
I don't.
I mean, you go to a target-rich environment, that's cheating.
Dude, I'm telling you, I was a very popular dude in that place.
Dude, I mean,
with the over 50 crowd.
Over what? Over what?
60.
Those were the young ones. I mean, you're very popular at the senior citizen centers.
I'm telling you,
you and Bill Taylor call them bingo.
Somebody's got to be.
Yeah,
somebody has to be.
Absolutely, all those horny old ladies in the homes. Yeah, they'll lick you.
Need love too.
Yeah, well, they have no teeth. They have no option.
Oh, dude, ouch. Yeah, there are some older ladies that are very attractive, and I just saying that no teeth. that there's just saying that could be.
What are you saying?
A new experience. Jeez, it's
an NBA playoff.
Works.
Don't do that to your microphone. You'll turn into a GIF.
Holy
cow. Man. The 76ers should be embarrassed. Should.
Why?
Buying tickets to keep Knick fans out. We'll get into that coming up here on the Blitz. If you're looking for a place to go watch that game tonight, get into the Rue Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. You know the Rue Pub is my go-to spot. Any big game, any big event, big fight on Saturday night. You want to watch Canelo, you want to watch Mario Barrios, the Rue Pub is going to have the fight. And when you show up at the Rue Pub, show up hungry. They got great food there at the Rue Pub. The biggest and best wings in town, about 15 different burgers on the menu, great salads, great appetizers, and that kitchen is open late till 2 a.m. every day with the full menu available. So when you need a late night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Rue Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Rue Pub, just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 and Redland Road. We'll see you at the Rue.
San Antonio Sports Star.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you one of the nearly 10 million families that own a timeshare? Unfortunately, many families stuck in timeshares have learned the dark side of ownership, as their timeshare ends up being nothing like they were promised. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. If you were lied to when buying a timeshare, you're going to need help. I know this because I once worked as a timeshare salesman, but quit the business and made it my personal mission to help folks get rid of bad timeshares. That's why I put together a timeshare exit information kit to help you understand how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation. Over 30,000 families have trusted us to get rid of their timeshares. Many started out by simply calling us for the free information kit and are now timeshare free.
To get your free information kit, call Wesley Financial now. Call 800-837-1919. That's 800-837-1919. 800-837-1919.
Don't sweat a swing and miss thanks to insurance tokens from BetMGM. Add an MLB wager to your bet slip and activate your bet insurance token. If your bet with the token applied doesn't hit, you'll get your stake back in bonus bets up to a specified maximum amount. That's another chance to step up to the plate and bet on the action out there on the diamond. Go to your BetMGM account today to claim your bet insurance token and get your stake back in bonus bets if your MLB wager using the token doesn't win. Only at BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks and official sports betting partner of MLB. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older. This U.S. promotional offer is not available in D.C., Mississippi, New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, call 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, call 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, call 1-800-981-0023. For West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem, and it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
This is the home of the Aggies, and this is Andrew Monaco. You're locked on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, it's Thursday. Means
Sure.
tomorrow the Blitz is going to be live out at Retama Park, getting ready for the Kentucky Derby.
That's going to be a lot of fun. I got to start studying that. I'm going to actually want to put a little wager down on one of the ponies tomorrow.
Well, and we'll get educated while we're out there tomorrow.
Of course.
So that will help. And they've got a lot going on Saturday. Friday, the biggest pre-Derby party. No live racing out of Kentucky Derby, but come hang out. Saturday, gates open at 8:30 in the morning. Of course, Churchill Downs, everything going on. There's going to be a hat contest, mint juleps, all kinds of options there at Retama Park. All those details tomorrow while we're live out at Retama Park.
Looking forward to that.
Going to be a fun time.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to tonight. The couple of NBA playoff games tonight that could be interesting, and I'd love to tell you about last night's games. I was watching hockey, watching the Stars.
Well, the Boston game was no good at all. I mean, they just smacked Miami around.
Yeah.
And same really for Dallas and the Clippers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I missed much in the NBA. Tonight will be interesting because, Milwaukee, can they keep their season alive and force a game 7? But I think all eyes are on the late game. And it's weird to see the Knicks and the Sixers playing so late. And I find it comical that Greeny spent all day bitching about the late start time because they got to get up so early. Yet it seems like everything starts late East Coast time.
It does.
Right? So why is this different? This is no different than when the NCAA tournament games or World Series games start late, except for everybody on that crew is either a Knicks or Sixers fan. And so they're all going to stay up and watch this.
Well,
right?
And Greeny knows how it works. That's the best game of the night.
Yep.
It's going to draw the most eyes, so it's going to get a later start. That's just the way it goes. If that was on ESPN, he wouldn't have said a word.
Well,
it's on TNT.
Yeah. There's some things going on with TNT that we'll get into.
Absolutely.
But you look at this game tonight, and the fact that the Knicks fans took over the 76ers building last game.
Yep.
That was in Philly.
Yep. Game 4.
And they don't want to, we can't let that happen again. So they bought a couple thousand tickets, the 76ers owners did, to keep Knicks fans out. That's embarrassing.
Well,
that's embarrassing.
The tickets are going to get sold anyway, right?
Sure.
So they don't, I mean, obviously they care, but you remember Joel Embiid said something about it, how he was upset that the Philly fans allowed the Knicks fans to take over. So, hey, good for them.
I just find it embarrassing. If like I go to a lot of Cowboy games, and every Cowboy game, every fan base, we took over Jerry World. No, you didn't. It's like that every game because Destination Stadium, Cowboy fans can sell 2-3 games and pay for their season tickets, and that's how it works. You go back in the day, Spurs when the Spurs were good, remember those days? And Rocket fans or Mavs fans or Laker fans, and it would piss us off. I never saw the Holtz buy the tickets to try to keep them out. More Spurs fans bought tickets to go to keep them out. Well, I just think it's a bad look for Philadelphia, as tough of a sports town as they want to be, that your owners had to buy the tickets to keep Knicks fans out.
Yeah, but the problem is exactly how you explain. If you've got season tickets and you've bought that, you can sell them for more than you paid for them,
Sure.
and you're going to get money. So it is Philly fan fault. They need to not sell their tickets to Knicks fans.
I just, the fact that Michael Rubin tweets out, Josh Harris, David Blitzer, blah, blah, and I just bought more than 2,000 tickets. We absolutely cannot let Knicks fans take over our arena again.
No, they can't.
And I'm glad they're giving them the first responders and healthcare workers and all that kind of stuff. To me, it's just embarrassing. It's a basketball arena. It's not 100,000 seats.
Well, it's embarrassing for Philadelphia fans. You should be there and not allow Knicks fans to buy those tickets. So the owners are just doing what they have to do because Philly fans obviously aren't supporting their team.
The Philly-New York rivalry can be fun. It's been a while. I still think the Knicks go in and win this game tonight. As much as I want there to be a Game 7, and how epic would it be to get a Game 7 at Madison Square Garden, even if it is round 1. I want that. I just think the Knicks end up winning tonight.
No, they're not going to win tonight. Philly wins tonight.
Mm.
Tyrese Maxey is on fire.
He really is.
And I don't think they have an answer for him.
Philly's favorite at home by 3.5.
They cover that.
So you think that not only Philly wins, they cover?
They cover.
All right.
And that's not a blowout by any stretch. You know,
No.
they win by 5 or 6. I think it'll be a good game, and most of them have been. But I think Embiid will play better tonight. He didn't play all that well in game 5.
A lot of turnovers, yeah.
Yeah, so I think he'll play better. And I think they win this game. I think we will have a game 7. The other one I'm not sure about because Giannis is still questionable. Dame Lillard is questionable for the Bucks, so they may not have those two guys again tonight. And if they don't, I mean, that should be an end.
I think Indiana closes out at home tonight. And I want game 7s in both. I really do, because I just love a game 7.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't think we're going to see it. The Knicks should have won the game the other night. Should have. They didn't. Going on the road, my only concern for the Knicks is they don't have a whole lot of players, and they played a lot of minutes the other night.
Yeah.
Will they have the legs to go 4 quarters tonight? Should be fun basketball, though.
Should be. I'm looking forward to it.
Should be fun basketball.
I'll
Now,
stay up late.
I find it interesting. Charles Barkley, who could become one of the biggest free agents in modern sports history.
That's absolutely correct.
If TNT loses the NBA contract, could you imagine the bidding war between ESPN, Amazon, all of that? It will be interesting to see what happens because Charles is, well, he can say what he wants. He's the one
best,
guy.
yeah.
And he is certainly the best. He's now ripping the media for calling for Lakers head coach Darvin Ham and Suns head coach Frank Vogel to be fired.
Part of our job, we watch all the games and we watch all the talk shows. You know, a lot of these people on television, they're cowards because they want the players to like them. They don't want to do their job, which is to tell the truth. And I just want to say this about coaching. Anybody who thinks the reason the Lakers suck is because of Darvin Ham or the reason the Suns suck is because of Frank Vogel, you don't know what you're talking about. Frank Vogel is a hell of a coach. Darvin Ham is a hell of a coach trying to get his career started. But for all you punks, idiots, and jackasses on other networks who want to be media and who want all the players to like y'all, do your damn job. The Lakers suck and the Suns suck because of the players. Has nothing to do with the coaches. I feel better now.
Sure, I can tell. Looks like you getting that off your chest.
I did. I hate it, man. You sit there like Darvin Ham needs to get fired. Frank Vogel needs to get fired. Who put them teams together? Them trash-ass teams put together need to get fired. Them guys, they didn't just all of a sudden suck as coaches. People who put them teams together they start packing up their stuff.
Hey, he makes a hell of a point, which, by the way, and not to pat myself on the back or anything, but I've been saying the same thing. Coaches in professional sports have a limited role. It's on the players to perform.
Mm-hmm.
So if they suck, but the coaches are the ones that get fired.
Well, they're the ones that it's easier to change a coach than a bunch of players.
It is.
Although all of us were a little surprised when Frank Vogel got the Phoenix job.
Well, absolutely.
And some of what he was running with the talent that they have doesn't make sense. Ham, I like him. Limited roster. I agree. He should not be fired. Vogel I never liked that hire for Phoenix with what they had and what we know about Frank Vogel to begin with.
Well, look, no matter what, but you can't blame Vogel for Bradley Beal not being on the floor half the season. That certainly didn't help the Suns' cause, and he was a joke in the playoffs. So I don't know. That's not Vogel's fault. That's Bradley Beal's fault.
So fire the GM, not the coach.
Well, the GM put that together, but again, it's not there. Look, you bring in a guy, and again, we're talking about this with the Spurs. You bring in somebody, and it's a roll of the dice, whether it's a draft pick or whether it's a veteran free agent.
Yeah.
They brought him in thinking they had a super team, and Beal didn't live up to his end of the bargain.
Well, and then you look at the idea of, and you bring up the Spurs, and it's weird this offseason, you hear all these veteran guys attached to San Antonio because of one guy.
Of course.
And the idea now, it's Paul George to to the Spurs?
Well, yeah.
Let's dive into that
yeah, let's
coming
do
up
that.
here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
First, though, the rain. Are we living in Seattle now? I mean, it's unbelievable how much it's been raining, but it's that time of year, right? April, May, we get the thunderstorms. They come through with the hail and the wind and the rain and all of that kind of stuff, and that can take a toll on your roof. And you're going to know when a storm came through because you're going to get the fly-by-night roofers that come by, knock on your door, and they want to do you a favor. Don't fall for that. Deal with somebody that's been in business in San Antonio and South Texas for a long time, and they're not going anywhere. That company is Stevens Roofing. They're the best in the business. Look, if you need a new roof, you need a repaired roof, you need an upgrade, or you just want an inspection to make sure that your roof is okay, call Stevens Roofing. They are San Antonio and South Texas through and through. The number to call, 210-785-0994. You can also get them online at stevensroofing.net. Deal with a reputable company. Don't deal with some fly-by-night that knocks on your door after a storm. You know that is suspicious. Stevens Roofing stands behind its work. Call Stevens Roofing today, 210-785-0994.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ.
Friday on the Morning Huddle, we will look back at closeout games. Do we still have the Bucks and the 76ers to kick around? We'll look forward to what will be a fantastic series between the Nuggets and the Timberwolves.
Plus, it's Kentucky Derby weekend. Dick Girardi joins us at 8:30 to tell us everything we need to know. The Morning Huddle starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day. And smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
George gets justice. In life's most challenging moments, getting the right help matters most if you've been injured. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. With a track record of success and a dedication to their clients, George gets justice. George Salinas Injury Lawyers is not just a law firm. They're your support system. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Getgeorge.com.
Hi, everyone. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, we have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions. They'll tell you if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-460-3550. So if you've been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, call now. Find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-460-3550 to speak with a live person now.
Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states.
If you need bold banners to boost your business, but you're on a budget, think Staples. Posters, flyers, signs, and menus for less? Think Staples. Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward. Now at Staples, save $50 on your print purchase of $150 or more. Same day service available by noon. And all backed by Staples Print Perfect guarantee. So it's done right or it's printed again free. Staples, your local print and marketing expert. N61, visit staples.com/print for details.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob Thompson and RJ Ochoa.
Friday on the Morning Huddle, we're looking forward to the Kentucky Derby. Dick Girardi's going to stop by and give us everything we need to know. Plus, the NBA playoffs are taking on a whole new life as the Nuggets and Timberwolves get set to square off. But back to the Blitz. Jason, Joe, I'm curious, what is your favorite thing about horses?
Wow. It depends on what kind of horses we're talking about. I mean, race horses. I don't know. I can bet on them.
Yeah, that. I mean, I love horses. I think they're the greatest animals around. They're awesome animals. So I don't know. I don't have a favorite thing.
That's a loaded question.
The mane? I like the snout. Dude, I don't know. That RJ, he's quite the character.
Well, I mean, you look at that and you sit there. I mean, it's weird because this time of year, we all become horse racing experts, right? We'll all get into the Triple Crown. We'll all educate ourselves around the Kentucky Derby. And we'll all watch on Saturday. And then if, you know, what's the second leg?
Preakness.
The Preakness, and then the Belmont.
Yeah.
It's not the Belmont. So if the Kentucky Derby winner wins the Preakness, then we're all in on the Triple Crown.
Of course we are.
And then we don't think about horse racing on a regular unless, you know, all right, it's a weekend and I'm going to go watch live racing with some friends out at Retama, which is a lot of fun. And you sit there and you buy the program and you study. And, you know, like I used to go to the track with my father-in-law. And for what, no matter what, Papa Bob, Awesome Bob, he would always bet $2 on the number 2 horse.
He just did that.
Always. That was his thing. So we always do that in honor of him. But we would always walk down to Retama when he was in, or when we were up in Seattle, go to the track up there. But he would always walk down and see which horse just took a crap.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to bet on that one.
Absolutely.
And
lighten the load.
And then look at, I don't know, the color scheme, you know, the names. This is where you pick the names. You know, there are people that study. Yeah. You go with the good names.
Yeah, if you don't know any better, and I don't, you know, why not? It's as good a plan as any. I have a hard time understanding horse race betting because you put, you know, the what do they call the trifectas and all of that stuff,
super boxes and all
of that. Yeah. Never understood all of that, so I need somebody to help me.
Well, that's it. I'll get educated and I'll bet. I mean, it doesn't take much to get us to gamble, and I say us, me and Joe, and probably you and Pledge.
I will have some money on a horse.
Absolutely. It's
before
fun.
we leave Retama Park tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But I'll talk to the experts.
Yes.
You know, it's our annual call to Francalosa. Because I mean, I'm trying to think. Listening to Frank's advice 3-4 years in a row has won me money.
Yeah.
He's a bloodstock agent. He uses rich people's money to buy them horses.
Yes.
He's good at what he does. So, I mean, yeah. Sorry, I guess I should text Frank tonight.
Text Frank tonight. I bet, you know, there's going to be an expert or two out at Retama Park, I'm sure.
Yep.
So, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun.
So, Spurs off season is going to be interesting. Mother's Day weekend, Mother's Day, is the draft lottery this year.
Isn't that crazy?
It sucks that they're doing that on a Sunday.
Why?
Well, I don't know. Last year we did one hell of a promotion at Root Pub because they did it during the week.
Wow, that's true.
I mean, do you want to do a special show on a Sunday?
No.
On Mother's Day?
Mother's Day? No.
No, me neither.
Wow.
But that's when they're going to have the draft lottery. And that's when things will really kick up for the Spurs because we'll know where they're picking. Pledge has a great video right now on the SA Sports Star social channels, talking about what the Spurs should do. He has an opinion.
What they should do?
Sure. You look at it and you sit there and all right, we're going to have picks. And there's all these veteran free agent guys. Now, there is a new odds thing that says Paul George to the Spurs. And I've seen Chris Paul and I've seen others and Trae Young. Trae Young's got an Instagram post right now.
Uh-oh.
Trae Young's latest Instagram post. He's wearing silver and black or black and white hearts in the caption, and he's wearing Spurs colors. What does that mean? What
he
does
must
that mean?
Be coming to the Spurs.
Oh my goodness! Oh yeah, for all you guys that really want Trae Young, here you go. And all those great draft picks that he's not really worth, you're willing to give those up because he's wearing your colors already.
Well, aren't we really watching the Toronto Raptors and what they do?
Yeah.
Because it's a top 6 protect.
Yeah.
So we want them to fall out of the top 6.
Yes.
So that's the team we got to watch. And when it comes to the draft lottery.
Yes.
But as far as Paul George is a great player, but this may be unpopular.
Uh-oh.
So I don't want Paul George here.
Why do you hate Paul George?
He can't play a full season, first and foremost. And I'm not sure that that's it. But it got everybody talking because obviously you can bet on anything. So the odds came out. The Sixers have the best chance of landing Paul George at 2-1. The Orlando Magic at 3-1. And then the Spurs at 9-1. So that's kind of where we're at. And
I look at a Paul George, and I'm not a fan of Paul George, but since he's the topic today, let's roll with it.
Sure.
Could you see it working? Would he be a good fit in San Antonio? And again, we're getting this Paul George, not the one from a few years ago that you would have wanted, you know. Depending on what else they do. I mean, the Trae Young has been the name we've heard the most since the All-Star game because it looked like he was buddy-buddy with Wemby at the All-Star game. We knew that there was unhappiness in Atlanta for him. I think the Spurs can do better than Trae Young. I think they could do better talent-wise. I think they could do better fit-wise. If Trae Young is your bar, then I think the Spurs could certainly go higher, especially for what we've heard the asking price is from Atlanta and with all their picks. And their picks are even more valuable next year because they're all unprotected. So that's why you keep hearing all these people say the Spurs want to be patient this year because 2025, it's going to be a better draft. And all those picks they got from Atlanta for DeJounte, they're unprotected. And Atlanta thought, well, that's a good idea because they thought they were going to be really good. So they were going to be in the 20s. Turns out they're going to suck and they're probably going to be in the single digits.
Well, especially if they're going to, bust up their backcourt because the rumors are that Atlanta has said nothing to indicate that they're going to get rid of DeJounte or Trae Young. So we're all speculating when it comes to that. But are they going to break up that team or are they
look
not?
At the Instagram post.
Well, I know.
I mean, he's already wearing his Spurs colors.
He is.
I mean, he's hoping that Pop scrolls on Instagram while he's laying on the couch at night, and maybe old Pop will heart that, and then we'll all go nuts that Greg Popovich A has Instagram, but B hearted that. I'm sure there are social media detectives that are looking to see any connection that has interacted with that post from the Spurs. I haven't. But somebody will, because that's the world we live in today.
Look, I don't want to. If Trae Young would be fine, he would, I think, be a good fit here. Point guard. I think he and Wemby, he would get the basketball to Wemby in timely fashion. I think it'd be good. He's not the best defensive player. Spurs need a little of that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give up the farm for him.
Would you rather have DeJounte back?
I would love to have DeJounte back.
Because we know he's a great defender, and he would get Wemby the ball.
Of those two, honestly, yeah, I'd rather have DeJounte.
I just think the Spurs have the capital to do better, right? And when I look at the West and how competitive the West will be, now I realize, and I'm greedy. I'd like a championship team next year, but I'm not, delusional. I want to be a playoff team next year.
Yes.
I want to be a contender.
Yes.
Giant step, a Wemby step forward.
Yes.
I don't want
All
to
of
be
that.
play in, are we 10, 11? Are we slow crowd? No, I mean, legit playoff team that looks like they're building to be back at a championship level, because the West, I mean, look at the West. I mean, it's stacked.
Always
and
is.
So does DeJounte or Trae Young get you there, or does that just kind of improve what you already have?
No, I think,
but not really make you that team that's like, look at what the Spurs are doing.
Well, it depends on what else you have, right? I mean, and who stays on this team and who goes. I think Devin Vassell, for me, I want to keep that guy. I think he's up and coming. I think he's improved, and I think he learned how to play with Wemby after the All-Star break last year. You need a scorer, you need a wing, and I think he's that guy that can be that guy. And so I like to see him stay. You add a point guard, if it's Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, either way, that's going to improve everything. And that takes nothing away from Trey Jones, nothing at all. So, and what he can do here, and hopefully he sticks around. But yeah, I think a couple of veteran players, and I'm not looking for a blockbuster deal here. That's not necessary in what the Spurs are doing. But some veteran players, they're out there. Those guys that have some potential that you can bring in here and pair with Wemby and build that team and start to get it built that way. And I don't think it will take as long as a lot of people think it will.
And when you look at, and I believe the Spurs, when they say they're looking for the right fit, all that kind of stuff, just because we know how the Spurs operate. They're not going to make a deal to make a deal. They're not going to force it. And I get that. It could be blockbuster because they've got the capital, they've got the cash,
do, sure,
and they've got the draft picks, so they could ultimately do whatever they want, whatever they could force. I mean, but I hear a Paul George or a Klay Thompson or it's just like a Chris Paul. I hear some of those names, and man. Don't fall in love with because you've known that name for so long.
Those guys are not long-term fixes. Those are short-term plug-ins. If Chris Paul wants to come here as a coach, come on.
Well, is that now? Let's go down that path a minute. Knowing that if you believe some of the reports that you've heard, they want to slow roll this year and with an eye at 25 because of all those picks that they get from Atlanta that are unprotected. Do you bring in some of those veteran guys, let's say a Paul George or a Klay Thompson? You know what you're going to get. They're at the end of their career, but they still have some game. Veteran leadership, teach winning culture. While you're looking for those next draft picks, is that a good Band-Aid path to go down?
I would just, first of all, my question would be, who says that 2025 is going to be this jackpot of draft picks?
Well, the people that pay attention to that stuff say it's a far better draft of talent coming into that draft than what you're going to have this year. Just like last year, we've known for years that Wemby was going to be the number one pick.
Sure.
This was the year to tank was last year for the Spurs, and they got lucky as hell and won the lottery, and they got it. So all the people that follow that stuff, they say next year's draft is going to be stacked. This year's draft, a little bit light.
There's no Wemby in that draft, though, is there?
No, Wemby's come around every 20 years.
Okay, just saying. And again, and I will say this to them, anybody know what Scoot Henderson did this year?
Who?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Look, and maybe Scoot Henderson will turn into a great player. Draft picks, just like trading for veterans, it's all a roll of the dice.
Sure.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And so I think you have to have a combination of both. And if we're going to sit back and slow roll this thing until 2025, because that's when everybody says that's where all the talent is, well, great. You get a draft pick. Maybe he works. Maybe he doesn't. And I just don't think Wemby and his talent and the way that he played at the end of the season that you don't slow roll this thing. You start the train rolling.
I'm with you.
So
I'm with you.
let's go. And I don't see any reason if you do that, the Spurs, we can start talking about playoffs and improving this team is certainly getting into the 30s, 40 win column instead of the 22.
Yeah, I want to be above 500. I'd like to be a playoff team. I
That
would
would
like
be
this
nice.
playoff drought to end sooner rather than later. But I know the offseason for the Spurs is going to be interesting. And again, Mother's Day Sunday is the draft lottery, and we'll know a lot then. And then of course the draft and free agency. It's going to be one of the more entertaining off seasons than we can remember.
Absolutely.
Around here and talking with the
Hopefully
San
it's
Antonio
entertaining.
Spurs.
Hopefully. Yes.
I don't want cowboy-like inactivity from the Spurs.
No.
We cannot have that.
No.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. When was the last time that you went to the dentist? If you're looking for a new dentist, let me tell you about my dentist, Dr. Smith, over at Smile Structured Dentistry and Braces. Now, I realize most guys, you're not going to go to the dentist unless you're in pain. And if you're in pain, go see my guy, Dr. Smith, over at Smile Structure or any of his great staff that are at his 5 locations. Because if you're in pain, we're guys, we're wusses. We understand that. He will get you out of pain, and he's great at what he does. But you need to take care of your teeth, and they can handle all of your dentistry needs: cleaning, whitening, crowns, fillings, dental implants, wisdom teeth extraction, oral surgery. If you want to do Invisalign, he can take care of that. Orthodontics for the kiddos. Fantastic. Smile Structure does it all. Medicaid and all PPO insurance is accepted, and they offer a dental savings plan if you don't have dental insurance. Smile Structured Dentistry and Braces is better known and operated, and they offer discounts to uninsured veterans. Mention this ad, mention 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, get a free exam and x-rays. So go by and see them. 5 San Antonio locations. Book your appointment online. Go to the website, smilestructure.com. That's smilestructure.com.
Riding 281 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax. Touchdown! A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax, 100% natural male enhancement formulas, only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
And feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over. And if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard-to-reach places with the Swiffer Duster. Love it or your money back.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Come to Generations Federal Credit Union for a great competitive rate on a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, pay off credit cards, renovate your home, and more. With flexible terms, fixed rates, and minimal closing costs. All with easy applications and fast local decisions. Apply today at Generations Federal Credit Union.
Rates and terms subject to approval and may change without notice. Full terms and conditions at mygenfcu.org/homeequity. Equal housing lender.
Experience the Kentucky Derby weekend at Retama Park in Selma, Texas on May 3rd and 4th. Join us for the biggest pre-Derby party on Friday and the main event on Saturday. Enjoy drinks, delicious food, and thrilling races. Don't miss this chance to celebrate the Derby tradition with us. San Antonio's Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Tiger Woods fans, get excited because Tiger has accepted a special exemption to play in next month's U.S. Open at Pinehurst. They made that announcement today. NBA playoff action. We've got a couple of games tonight at 5:30. The Bucks trailing 3-2, take on the Pacers in Indiana. That's going to be followed up by the Knicks and the 76ers at 8 o'clock. New York looking to close out the Sixers.
Joe Reinagel.
And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Howdy.
Howdy, howdy. It's a Thursday.
It is Thursday. We're getting there. Weekend's in sight.
It'll be a fun weekend. Kentucky Derby weekend. Tomorrow, the Blitz live out at Retama Park.
That's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm told we'll have a special appearance from the morning huddle.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Rob's going to wake up from his nap, and we'll introduce you to the new guy as well.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
The new guy.
The new guy.
Hits the airwaves in San Antonio for the first time tomorrow.
Correct.
All right. Well, that'll be fun.
Should be.
Yeah.
Should be. What are you telling me, Pledge?
We have Interpol tickets.
You want to give those away right now?
Why not?
All right. You want to go see Interpol, Boeing Center? Caller number 9 right now. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Interpol live at the Boeing Center May 6th. If you don't win them, you can always buy them livenation.com. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776.
Saw on our YouTube page earlier that apparently the Heart Cheap Trick show was really good. Which I knew it would be. I would have liked to have gone to that.
You know, I would have.
Yeah.
I would have. Have you ever seen Heart?
Not live, no. I have not.
They do a good job.
Yeah, I've seen Cheap Trick, though.
That's surprising. For you.
Sure.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
for you to see shows. And I did. I even last night, I get home and I feel like crap, right? You know, been battling this cold, feel like crap. Get a email from one of the bosses that we all did. We got some extra lower level tickets for anybody who wants to go. And I said, Joanna, you can take a friend, call somebody if you want to go. I you know, and she was like, no, I won't go without you.
Oh, how sweet.
Yeah, it was. She didn't want to go.
After you talking bad about her yesterday, too.
I was not talking bad about her yesterday.
You were.
Do not say that.
Oh, is she off work yet?
It's
I
4:03.
think we're talking about her bedside manner. Wasn't
As a nurse.
As a nurse,
Yes. She knows. I bitch about it enough.
All right. Love you, Joanna.
Yes. How good that was. I made her a half sandwich in the middle of the night last night. She didn't even eat it.
Apparently.
Where was I going with that? But what I was really bummed out about last night, it wasn't the FOMO of missing Heart and Cheap Trick. It was the Foo Fighters playing in Dallas last night. And a bunch of my Dallas friends were at that show last night.
As they should be.
And, well, and, even a week ago, I was like, well, let's see. Dallas, is there a flight after work? I can get to the pavilion. They were playing at Dos Equis Pavilion. Can I get there by 8:30 with an Uber, get tickets, and then an early flight? And it just wasn't going to work. And I know Friday they're playing in New Orleans, at Jazz Fest.
Wow.
And I know I've got tickets to go see them in New York in July.
Why don't you go to New Orleans?
Well, I've thought about it. I'm thinking about it.
I think you should go.
But I'm going to be at Retama Park tomorrow.
Well, what time's the show?
Well, Jazz Fest ends kind of early.
Oh, okay.
It's, I don't know. And, so I'm just, but my FOMO was Dave Grohl was in Texas and I wasn't there. That was last night watching, and seeing all my friends that were at that concert last night in Dallas. And I wasn't at that one. I didn't have FOMO for Cheap Trick and Heart.
That's too bad, Jason.
Foo Fighters.
I feel sorry for you.
Dude, Foo Fighters, see those guys live, man. That'll change your life.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should go.
What, in New Orleans?
Sure.
Yeah.
You love New Orleans. You would love Jazz Fest.
Speaking of the new guy, we were having that conversation today.
Oh, about?
He loves New Orleans.
He does.
I was telling him I don't.
Really?
Yeah.
It'll be fun as we're all getting to know AJ Hoffman, who Monday will be his first day on the air with
Debut,
Rob.
yeah.
I think he's going to be on tomorrow morning at some point.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
And I know he's coming on with us, like he and Rob.
Yeah.
As that new show takes off. And I'm really excited about what AJ will bring to the radio station. Was a fan of what he did in Houston and everything that he's done. So it'll be fun including him to the team. But as you bring in a new team member, you get to know them.
Yes.
He's an Army guy. He was in the 101st. He's one of those infantry guys, and we're already busting balls on that. Which would be fun, but he's a New Orleans guy, and so I wasn't there when you were having that conversation.
No, you weren't,
because the Super Bowl this year is in New Orleans.
It is,
and Joe is already whining about having to go spend a week in New Orleans.
Well, I'll get over it for the Super Bowl.
Oh, you will.
It'll be fine,
and you're gonna love New Orleans when you go with us.
Oh,
and I don't even know AJ, but if you know where to go in New Orleans, and I'm guessing if he likes New Orleans, he knows where to go. Like I feel like I know where to go when I'm in New Orleans, where I'm going to have a good time. The food's going to be great. The beer's flowing. The music is great. It's going to be good. You're a rookie. You're
a rookie.
You're a rookie.
I've been in New Orleans many times.
Yeah, and you don't leave Bourbon Street and you bitch about the piss and puke on Bourbon Street.
No, I've left Bourbon Street.
Yeah, and where have you gone?
I don't know.
What, the hotel? The airport? Get me the hell out of here. The casino, of course.
Harris, I love Harris.
You probably didn't do well there, so you hate it.
No, Harris is a great place. I love Harris.
All right.
I would assume I will be spending some time in Harris. Super Bowl week. It's just a weird town. It's just a strange place. I mean, that's all. It's a strange place.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to agree with that. It's a strange place.
Dude, last Super Bowl in New Orleans, what was that, 48? We had one of the strangest houses that we've ever rented. And it came complete with a one-eyed cat.
See? It's just evil.
It was New Orleans, though.
It's evil.
It was perfect for New Orleans.
Dude.
And I had the bedroom that only I could fit in. And even I couldn't stand up in that because it was the attic. Unless
so we're not having that same house, right?
Good Lord, no.
Okay.
No.
All right. Just checking.
The problem with that house, I took over booking the houses after that one because Ari Temkin booked the house for 7 dudes that had 1 bathroom.
Nice. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Just saying.
Yeah. New Orleans.
It's going to be fun.
Dude, how old is the Superdome? Like 105?
It's been repainted.
Holy cow.
It's been repainted. You'll be at the convention center. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Well, look just like the last couple you've been in.
Exactly. All convention centers.
Well, they did Super Bowl Radio Row. They hang the same banners every year. You know, from all the past Super Bowls, and then that year's Super Bowl gets new banners, and they all kind of feel the same.
Yeah, they do.
But the parties are pretty incredible.
Well, at least we'll have that.
And the
right?
Super Bowl parties,
we'll have that.
Are fantastic in New Orleans because the food is great.
Okay, the food's great,
and the beer's cold.
Sure. And the place is weird. It's just weird.
Again,
it's an evil place. It's like it's got this evil vibe to it.
An evil vibe.
Yes.
That's part of the charm of New Orleans.
That's the charm, huh?
Yeah, it really is.
Satan lives at the end of Bourbon Street. I promise you he does.
Well, he might.
He does.
He might. You know, there's some great bars on Bourbon Street.
Well, there is if you can, mask the pee smell.
All right. You love Nashville.
The puke smell.
You love Broadway.
Uh-huh.
It's the same thing, just cleaner.
No.
It's the same, just cleaner.
No, Nashville's got a different vibe to it.
A country vibe versus what?
Well, it's just a different vibe. It's more of a hip. It's happening.
You couldn't sound less hip or happening by saying it that way.
I'm just saying.
So old.
I'm just saying. It's well. What do the kids say then?
It's New Orleans.
And
Bourbon Street and Broadway are the same.
No, they're not.
They're really basically the same.
It smells a hell of a lot better in Nashvlle. I will say that.
It does.
It does.
It does.
And I think
sea level has something to do with it.
Well, maybe, or P level. It could be that. You know what? It's just it's creepy, and I understand why they do it. When you drive in from the airport to the hotel, and you see all the cemeteries with the crypts up.
Yeah,
and they can't bury them because they're below sea level, right?
Yeah.
I get it, I understand it, but it's creepy looking.
But that's part of the charm.
It's creepy.
It's part of the charm.
Well, it's not charm. Charm is the wrong word.
Well, I mean,
it's creepy as hell.
Sure.
That's it.
All right.
It's creepy.
Are you going to bitch the
all
whole
that
week?
Voodoo stuff going on down there, up there, wherever the hell it is. I do like Harris, though. I will. I have to say.
There's a casino. You're going to be fine.
I'll be just fine.
And you are going to learn to love New Orleans.
Okay.
I mean, you know,
I like a little jazz music. It's not all bad, but if I'm picking a place to go, New Orleans is like way down on the list. That's all I'm saying. There are good things about New Orleans. It's not all bad.
I can't wait to hear you give one.
Well, I just said some of the food is good, and I like the music.
At some point, and I've known you a long time, Ryan Nagel. At some point, you're going to come clean about what happened to you in New Orleans, because you sound like something bad happened there one time, and you're afraid to revisit it.
No, it's a long list of things that over the years.
No, it's got to be more than just. You know, we used to go there when the Hornets were good and Spurs playoffs and this and that.
All-Star games
and this and that. You know, I mean, have you ever just had a weekend
with
the wife in New Orleans?
No.
A good party weekend?
The list, New Orleans is on the bottom level.
All right.
A lot of other places I would rather go.
You like to eat?
I do.
You like to drink?
Uh-huh.
You like live music?
I do.
You like fun?
Uh-huh.
You like to gamble?
Uh-huh.
Hotel sex?
Sure. Yes.
All of it, right?
Sure.
What's not to love about New Orleans?
Well, it's creepy as hell.
Right.
That's why.
It's not.
It's creepy as hell.
It's not.
It is.
I mean, it's got everything.
All of the things you just mentioned, there are a lot of other places I can go and have the same thing.
Well, except it's different.
Except it's creepy.
Except it's different.
It's not as creepy somewhere else.
Well, again, it's got your entire weekend right there. Boom. I mean, Nashville, Vegas, New Orleans are all the same.
They're not the same.
They're really all the same.
I've never seen a crypt in Las Vegas or in Nashville. Okay, I haven't. I haven't
as we get to the root of the problem, it's the cemeteries that freak you out.
That's creepy as hell.
You're just
Is that not creep you out?
No.
I mean, some dude can just walk right out of there.
They're dead. They're not walking out of there. Have you never gone there and gone like on a cemetery tour?
No. No, sir. I haven't.
So you're afraid of cemeteries?
I'm not afraid of anything.
well, yeah.
I'm just telling you. What? I'm not afraid. It's just creepy. It kind of creeps me out there. All right.
No, I know.
Not only that, going back to the airport one time in a rental car. I got lost. Right, and I took the wrong turn, and I'm driving down this road. There's nothing but swamp on both sides. There's no place to turn around.
Yeah, and you're blaming the city for you getting lost.
Well, I mean, it's just creepy. You got all these swampy areas and swamp people and alligators. And
I will tell you, when I was broadcasting for the San Antonio Talent, we had a guy from New Orleans on our team, and we were down there playing the New Orleans Voodoo. And
see, Voodoo. There you go.
And Tank lives here in San Antonio now. His name is Chad Cook. Great dude. His mom cooked for everybody on the team. We went to his house. I was scared.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. I was scared. You know, short white dude going at. No, man, it was fantastic. It was all of it was fantastic.
The food's fine. The drink is fine. I like jazz music.
Mm-hmm.
The city of New Orleans is creepy.
That's part of the charm.
That's
part of the selling process.
Yeah, okay.
It really is.
Oh, that's great.
I mean,
again,
you know,
you want to spend a weekend in New Orleans? Knock yourself out.
I think you should try it.
I'm not.
I think you should try it on a non-work related. Go home, say, Maggie, let's go to New Orleans for a weekend.
No.
I'm sure she would love it.
No, she might. I haven't discussed it with her, but maybe she will.
I think it's probably come up in some of our discussions.
Maybe
I think she would love to go to New Orleans, but you're a weenie and won't go.
I don't want to go. If I have to go for work, that's different. But I may spend my hard-earned money, vacation time, a weekend to go to New Orleans. I'd rather go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Like Vegas.
Vegas, Nashville's a good place. You know, I even like, Mississippi.
So you'll go to Mississippi, but not New Orleans. Make it make sense.
I'm just saying. It's just something about that place that just creeps me out.
Art Garcia says, I'm going to ask Minix's nun neighbors to pray a rosary for his soul.
Thank you.
That damn devil music he listens to.
I don't listen to devil music.
No, he's talking about me and the 4 nuns that live across the street from me. It's not always about you, Joe.
Oh, well, I thought it was. Sorry, Art.
Yeah.
It should be.
Let's go to Vegas.
Yes.
Our buddy Mario Barrios is in Vegas now.
Yes.
He's been there a while. He's probably sick of it. But he's got a big fight on Saturday night. Then he'll be back home in San Antonio. El Azteca, big fight Saturday night. He joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let me tell you something that makes me very happy. And that is when I open up social media for Parkhurst New Vision and I see all these happy patients that have had their eyes done at Parkhurst New Vision and how happy they are and the glowing reviews that they give the folks at Parkhurst New Vision. Because Dr. Parkhurst and his staff, well, first of all, they're the best in the business. Second of all, the moment you walk through the door at Parkhurst New Vision, you feel like a member of the family. And then there is the most important thing, the results. I had lens replacement surgery about a year ago, and the results are fantastic. No more readers, no more glasses, none of that kind of stuff, and life is good. I'm going to tell you what, and judging from the reviews that I see on social media, life is good for a bunch of us. You can join the community of happy patients from Parkhurst New Vision. You just got to take that first step. First step is to call them, 210-585-2020. Check them out online at sanantoniolasik.com. But when you call them, you set up that initial consultation. You go in there, ask all your questions. They'll explain the process to you and how they put you through everything. And it's just a real easy process. It really is. They make it very, very comfortable. Look, let Parkhurst New Vision do for you what they've done for me and my family. Give them a call. Check them out. 210-585-2020.
San Antonio's Sports Star. Folks, quality is a huge deal. It's what I look for when I recommend something to my listeners. It means you can depend on it. Quality means it won't let you down. It's something you can be proud of. Well, that's the definition of a Connecticut water softener. With other water softener brands, you just never know. Maybe they work half the time or they're just plain junk. A Connecticut water softener is up to 80% more efficient than competing models and will be the last water softener you'll ever own. That's because you're buying quality, and it's backed up with an outstanding 10-year warranty, too. If you're ready to enjoy all the benefits that come with quality, bring home a Connecticut water softener. Call the team at Connecticut at 656-PURE or online at ConnecticutSA.com. That's 656-PURE or ConnecticutSA.com. And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
Tyler from Wendy's here. The best part of Wendy's new Cinnabon Pull-Apart is every part. Unlike mornings, which have no good parts, until now. Because with Wendy's new breakfast Cinnabon Pull-Apart, mornings finally don't completely suck. And now that mornings have warm cinnamon sugar rolled dough and ooey gooey frosting, are they the best part of every day? Probably not, but you get the idea. Get to Wendy's today and get the best part in every bite with the new Cinnabon Pull-Apart.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, Cinnabon is a registered trademark of Cinnabon Franchisor SPV LLC.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Saturday, May the 4th, it's going down at Twin Peaks. You can't miss this epic night. Pound for pound, great Canelo Alvarez defends his undisputed title against Jaime Munguia. Plus, UFC 301 promises ranked matchups down the card. Show up early for scenic views of all the action. Contact your favorite Twin Peaks for availability and cover information. And don't forget, Twin Peaks is celebrating Cinco de Mayo big this year with sweet deals on tequilas, cervezas, and more. Get to Twin Peaks this Sunday and celebrate Cinco de Mayo right.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA member FDIC.
At Progressive, we know money can't buy you happiness, but money did help you buy an RV, which means an excuse from working Saturday with your insufferable coworker, Dave. So money is helping you listen to birds chirp instead of Dave chirping about how his toddler is fluent in 3 languages. And it's also why you'll be smelling pine trees in the air, not Dave's tuna melt reheating in a microwave. So save money by bundling your RV or boat insurance with home or auto from Progressive and buy more happiness. Or something close to it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Check out the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
If you're San Antonio, there are benefits that come along with it. I will cut you to the front of the line. We're going to hype the return.
On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Saturday night, big fight night in Las Vegas, featuring one of our own, San Antonio's own El Azteca, Mario Barrios, who is joining us now on the Buyers Barricades at Guest Line. Big fight coming up Saturday. I know a lot going on in Las Vegas today, Mario. Appreciate you taking the time a couple of days before the big fight.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Always a pleasure being on with you guys.
Well, we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We don't want to irritate you, man.
Well, Yeah. Well, I mean, there's some guys you piss off and some guys that you don't.
No.
You're on the don't, but you're too cool to, to go that route. Every time we have you on before a big fight, we always kind of start with what training camp has been like for you, because they always seem to be a little bit different. So what has this camp been like for you as you prepare for the fight coming up on Saturday?
You know what? This one hasn't really been too much different. I've been out in Vegas for like 2 or 3 months now. I'm pretty sick of it out here. I'm ready to go back home to San Antonio. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm ready. I know it's going to be a hell of a fight. I know Maidana's coming with a lot to prove, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make sure the strap stays in San Antonio.
Yeah, does that add a little more pressure, Mario, when you've got that, you're defending the title, and or do you even think about that once the bell sounds?
No, I mean it's definitely something that's like that's on your mind, especially in training. I feel like in training it's usually the biggest motivator. Just knowing that you don't want to lose your title, and I mean, and a victory on Saturday, it's going to open up, even bigger doors, that it's going to lead, to more world titles.
Knowing that, how do you stay focused on beating the crap out of this guy and kicking his ass, Maidana, on Saturday night, knowing that a win propels you to so many bigger fights? How do you keep this fight in perspective where that is your focus?
I don't know, really. I think that's just what makes us fighters. We got to go in there and we got to handle, what's in front of us. It's kind of, I mean, it's really life and death. Every time we step in there. So we're just trying to be the first one, to beat the crap out of the other guy.
Mario, you say that, and Minnick says that, and I just wonder. I mean, you go in the ring. I mean, it's kind of like when we grew up in school, and you didn't like somebody, you fight them out on the playground, you want to beat the crap out of them. I mean, you look at it like that. You just want to get in there and just kick that guy's ass. I mean, it's just beat the crap out of him.
Basically, to try to beat him down before he beats me down.
Well, we know you. You're not going to let that happen. I mean, we know you too well. Mario Barrios joining us here on the Blitz 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. You talk about being in Vegas for a couple of months for training camp. Now, most of us couldn't handle being in Vegas more than a long weekend because our wallets and our liver wouldn't survive. I'm guessing your couple months in Vegas different than most. You say you're sick of it. Are you sick of Vegas, or are you sick of the training camp part of the being out in Vegas? I would think that would be a tough place to have training camp because there could be so many distractions with the restaurants and, well, the nightlife. Hell, it's Vegas.
Yeah. I think I'm just sick of both. I think just like the city itself, the weather. But yeah, I definitely can see how, someone, especially like doing boxing or doing any type of fighting, could find it hard to focus here. There's definitely a lot of distractions. There's so many good places to eat. But still there's nothing like the food back home in San Antonio. Can't wait, to go back and get some breakfast tacos. And I'm just really looking forward to being back.
Well, hopefully you bring that belt back with you, and we have every confidence you're going to do that. Look, Mario, I love boxing, man. And one of the best things about boxing, when you guys in the ring, that's one thing, but all the pre-stuff. Now, Canelo Alvarez and Oscar De La Hoya kind of went at each other on the podium. What did you think about that whole exchange between those two guys?
I think it's pretty entertaining. I think De La Hoya is the character. I think it's kind of just crazy seeing a promoter, act, in that type of way. But especially, because he's obviously he's not fighting anymore. And the one that is fighting Canelo, he's not even saying as much as a promoter. If anything, he's just giving his fighter more to live up to, and and Canelo's a big name to try and do that against.
Yeah, it's there. I mean, do you just kind of sit back and laugh, and then do you talk about it with the other guys, the fighters? Do you talk about it with Oscar or Canelo? Just like, dude, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely been something, that not only me, but all the other fighters on the card, they were talking about this morning also, or since it happened. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty entertaining, but I would be pretty annoyed. I mean, if I was Jaime Munguia.
Well, so Mario, you don't get in the face. There's no trash talking between you and Maidana, right? I mean, you guys just it's all business.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been a good trash talker to begin with. I usually just like to, let my skills speak for themselves. And yeah, I mean, that's how I've kind of been, my whole career.
So is that just not being a good trash talker in your mind? Is that just a skill you don't have, or you just don't want to get into that part of the game, the theatrics part of it?
I think it's more just that. Like, I don't care for the whole, theatrics, the whole, putting on an act, when the cameras are there, and just being somebody that I'm not.
Well, Mario, has anybody ever gotten in your face and said a bunch of nonsense? I mean, does that piss you off, or does that just motivate you to get in the ring and pop them?
Yeah. It hasn't happened, much. It happened a few times earlier in my career, but it never got a reaction out of me. Because like I said, I know it doesn't matter, what is said. All that matters is, what punches are thrown, come fight night.
Mario Barrios joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. I know a lot of media going on today to promote the fight coming up on Saturday night. So you're there, everybody's there. No WWE kind of crap coming from your side of stuff, but will there be some fun? At what point do you on Saturday get angry at Maidana? Do you have photos, video, Fabian, where you just look at them? What gets you angry when you're going into the ring, getting ready for the fight?
Nothing really. I don't step into the ring, with anger or anything really. I fight best, when I'm calm, cool, and collected. So that's how I prefer to step into the ring.
That's why professional boxers like yourself, Mario, I mean, it's amazing how you guys can keep your cool. Because, I mean, let's face it, you're in there, and if a guy pops you or maybe a cheap shot or whatever the case, I mean, you still have to keep your cool and be the professional that you are. And that's one of the skills of being a pro.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We can't go in there all hot-headed, losing it, anytime a punch is landed, even if it's like a dirty shot, we know how to turn it up and when to, and I think that's what makes us professionals at this.
All right, so it's around lunchtime in Vegas right now. You got all the media today on Thursday, Friday, then Saturday. What are the next 24, 48 hours like for you leading up to the fight on Saturday night?
Well, today is the last day for the weight cut. So I'm gonna get my last workout in, make weight tomorrow, eat good, and then just rest up for Saturday.
So once you make weight, Mario, what are you going to eat? What's going to be on the menu, man? Because I know you're trying to make weight and you're having to be disciplined and all that, but after you step off that scale, you can eat whatever you want, right?
Yeah, we can eat whatever we want, but of course, it's like having a sports car. You're not gonna put unleaded gas in it. So even after we make the weight, I still eat very clean up until after I fight.
After you fight, all right. So after you kick his ass on Saturday night, you get the new belt. Where are you going for dinner to celebrate?
Oh, I haven't even thought about that. But I mean, it's gonna be something good that I've been wanting. There's this food truck over here. They have Wagyu cheeseburgers. So I've been wanting to go and check that out.
A Wagyu cheeseburger.
That sounds good.
It really does.
Where's that food truck?
I just came across the video on Instagram yesterday. I could send it y'all's way, but yeah.
Well, I'm just trying to think of all the great restaurants. Like, do you have reservations for your party after you fight to go celebrate? No, you're finding a food truck that sells Wagyu burgers, which sounds great.
That sounds fantastic.
I mean, Wagyu burgers sound great. Food truck, it's Vegas, so it's going to be good. I was just thinking one of the fancier, I don't know, places that you would end up.
Yeah, nah, I usually keep it very small. I'll just like pull up somewhere that's open 24 hours and usually just eat with me, a couple of my friends, my sisters, I never been really big on like a big celebration.
You know, I've known you too long, Mario, because I remember when you were first coming up, you were like hoping to go to Wingstop or something after a fight. And this, you know, was before you were the mega star that you are now. And you're still the same guy. Find me a food truck, although it's got to be a Wagyu cheeseburger now. I mean, you've upped your cheeseburger game quite a bit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, I'm still, you know, it's more about quality than quantity. But you know, I'm never above going to a food truck.
Well, I tell you what, Mario, I admire you, man, because I can tell you've been dreaming of that cheeseburger. It's on your mind.
Well, you saw it on Instagram yesterday.
You've been dreaming about that thing, and it's like, man, there might be a cheeseburger, motivation to get through the fight and get over to that food truck.
Oh, 100%. You know, I'm looking forward to it, but more than anything, you know, I'm looking forward to stepping into the ring.
Step into the ring. All right. So as you get ready for the fight, serious question. You look at Maidana. He's obviously trying to prove something, beating you. What is going to be the biggest challenge you think that you're going to face on Saturday night?
You know, there's not just one thing I have to worry about. You know, he can box. He applies pressure. I said he's trying to make a name for himself. I just got to go in there and make sure, you know, I'm prepared. You know, I stick to the game plan me and my team have been working on, and you know, I think if I do that, I have no doubt, you know, I'll come out with the victory.
All right, Mario, I got to ask you a question. What you can tell us when the bell sounds at the end of a round and you go sit down on the stool, what is your trainer saying to you typically? I mean, is it instructions or what is usually the conversation?
That, you know, plays a big part on how the first round goes. Whether, you know, you're getting called punches, whether you're asserting your ring generalship, you know, whether you're taking control or not. Usually, you know, like the first couple rounds is just about, you know, finding your rhythm, you know, finding your jab, you know, setting these punches up. But yeah, I mean, if you go into a fight, you know, then if you're getting, you know, messed up in the first round, those conversations are going to be a lot different in the corner.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. Well, Mario, good luck on Saturday night. Come home with that belt. We'll get you live with that belt. I don't know, maybe at the Rue Pub, get you a Wemby burger. I mean, you know, we'll get you another great burger here in San Antonio, man. Good luck. Make San Antonio proud on Saturday night.
Absolutely, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you. Mario Barrios on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com. Again, Barrios on the, let's call it the co-main event of the Canelo fight on Saturday night.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I think that's
be good.
what they're calling it.
Oh, it is co-main event.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Good stuff there.
Absolutely.
A little breaking news before we head to break. Dame time. Dame Lillard is going to play tonight for Milwaukee.
Giannis is out.
But they get Dame back.
But they get Dame.
Yeah, so they
get him back.
So you're saying they got a chance.
They got a chance.
They got a chance.
No, that's big for Milwaukee. You couldn't go without both of those guys again. So ought to be a good game.
Yep.
I'll be watching.
Talk more about it coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, I got to tell you, we're about a week away, a little less than that, from the grand opening weekend at the Big Blind, May 8th through the 12th. Look, here's just a little bit of a taste of what's in store. Double the fun with that 6K Wednesday poker tournament that they have. 6K goes to 12K. They're going to double that. They've got massive 10K tournaments running Thursday to Saturday, a thrilling 5K Texas free roll on Sunday, and blackjack tournaments all week long. You don't want to miss out on any of the action. It is their grand opening of the Big Blind, May 8th through the 12th. It is going to be a blast. They're going to do it right, and they're going to do it big. The Big Blind. If you haven't been down there, you need to get down there. It is the premier poker room in San Antonio, upscale environment, and you don't have to be an expert to go in there. If you're just learning poker, you want to learn poker, any ability can walk into the big blind and you can have a blast. It is the closest thing to Vegas that you're going to find in San Antonio. It's the best in town, and it's not even close. It's from the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant. You know that makes it classy in itself. The big blind going to offer food and beverage. We'll serve it directly to your table. They have a full bar and, of course, TVs all over the place. You won't miss any of the action. Make plans now for the grand opening weekend. It all gets started on May 8th at the Big Blind. You know where it is, right down from the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ.
Friday on the Morning Huddle, we will look back at closeout games. Do we still have the Bucks and the 76ers to kick around? We'll look forward to what will be a fantastic series between the Nuggets and the Timberwolves.
Plus, it's Kentucky Derby weekend. Dick Girardi joins us at 8:30 to tell us everything we need to know. The Morning Huddle starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ. More 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code MONTHFREE by May 31st. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
As a roofer, spring means the start of my busy season, which means I've got to get organized. With help from Beacon, I can save time with Beacon Pro Plus and 24/7 access to live pricing, delivery tracking, order history, and more. Plus, this spring, I can earn $1,000 and the chance to win a $25,000 backyard renovation just by buying my CertainTeed shingles online with Beacon. No purchase necessary. Now that's what I call a spring cleanup. Visit BECN.com for official rules and to start earning entries.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax. Touchdown! A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax. 100% natural male enhancement formulas only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
Experience the Kentucky Derby weekend at Retama Park in Selma, Texas on May 3rd and 4th. Join us for the biggest pre-Derby party on Friday and the main event on Saturday. Enjoy drinks, delicious food, and thrilling races. Don't miss this chance to celebrate the Derby tradition with us.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob Thompson and RJ Ochoa.
Friday on the Morning Huddle, we look forward to a spectacular weekend of sports that will include a Nugget fighting a Timberwolf, fast cars driving through hard rocks, the CJ Cup, whatever that is. Now back to the Blitz. Jason and Joe, hey, make room for me next door. I just moved into a brand new neighborhood. Tell me about the schools.
Best
Well,
in town.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll school you.
Hard Knocks. That school?
Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Rob has a new office.
New office. Yeah.
He's next door to us now.
He is.
He's got a roommate too.
He does. Wow.
Although I did notice that the last occupant of that office pirated off of our television.
Right.
And apparently that's gone away.
Oh, really? Did they get their own
No.
television?
No,
They're
they
not
don't-
going to have one.
They don't get TV apparently.
Wow.
I mean, not yet.
You got to earn that.
Apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, good. I mean, it gives them some incentive.
Rob
to play nice.
It's funny. A little behind the scenes curtain stuff here, right? So the new morning show officially kicks off Monday with AJ Hoff.
Uh-huh.
And AJ I think he's coming on with us as well. So you'll get to meet him before he actually starts work.
Uh-huh.
So changing offices and all that. And I wonder if the bosses here decided that, because it's not like anybody's moving into Rob's old office. I just think they looked at it and went, he hadn't cleaned this in forever. Like he had papers on the top of his desk from 2020. like we got shut down, went home, and while he's been back, look, clean your office. How do we get you to clean your office? Move. It's like parents' weekend at college.
Right.
If you've ever noticed, it took me Erica's sophomore year. Parents' weekend was always about 6 weeks into the semester. When it's time to clean your damn room. And what gets college kids to clean the room? Parents are coming. I think that was that philosophy here with moving Rob's office.
Well, I love how it was done, because grumpy ass Greg Shelton gave Rob a deadline. Rob didn't meet. And guess what? Grumpy ass Greg Shelton just went in and did what he had to do anyway. And
no, what do you mean by that?
Well, most of
put all that crap on the floor.
Most of Rob's
and
stuff
took
ended
the
up on the
desk
floor.
from that office to that office.
Exactly.
Without
right.
any of the stuff in it.
So Rob really didn't have a choice but to go through his stuff but I have to give Rob credit. He has set himself up in there with a very nice office.
Yeah.
He has.
Yeah. No, I mean,
he's got that. All the bobbleheads are back over here. They were gone.
Well, see, and that's, yeah. I mean, that thing, we got a lot of stuff.
Yes.
And it's cool stuff, but you don't want to take it home.
Well, you know how it is, though, right? If you lived in a house for a long time,
yeah,
and you move, you go and you find stuff that you haven't seen in 10 years, and you throw it away.
Yes.
It's an excuse just to get rid of all of that stuff.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's what Rob did.
Are we sure?
Well, I don't know if he got rid of it or not, but his new office looks great.
Rob doesn't get rid of stuff.
He's a hoarder.
Yeah. I mean, you share workspace with them.
Well, I mean, honestly, as I look back here at the bobbleheads, I mean, those are cool bobbleheads.
They are cool.
I mean, they really are. So I don't blame him. He's got a Tony Parker bobblehead.
Mm-hmm.
Texas Rangers, and
got a lunch box.
Spurs Coyote is there.
Yeah, Derek White with hair.
Derek White. He looks goofy, doesn't he now still? Guy's playing out of his mind.
He is playing out of his mind. I don't know if he looks goofy. It's different.
It's different.
He's bald, but I mean, the bobblehead with hair.
He looks goofy.
Who's on the horse over there?
Keldon.
Who?
Mustang.
It's Ed Oliver and Oreo.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you got a new one in there.
Well, that's what I say. There's some over there that I'm looking at and going, why does Timmy look fat in that one bobblehead?
This guy's riding the range. Look, his head's bobbling.
Give Ron Egel a toy and look at him. Good Lord.
You're lucky I come in there and kind of clean up before you get in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you really?
You know how many pieces of paper are just strewn about right there before or after Rob leaves, before Joe comes in?
What do you mean strewn about? That's an interesting phrase.
Well, Rob's a doodler like Jerry Jones.
He very much is.
He is. So Pledge, when he's setting things up for us, because we're spoiled. We are.
We
I
are.
mean, and all the diva jokes bring them, right? Pledge kills lots of trees, prints all kinds of stuff out.
He does.
Right?
He does.
And it's much appreciated.
Yes.
Because, I like to put notes on different things, right? I like printed stuff and right. So Pledge will take everything and all the different stacks of paper, and then he sets them out on front in your desk. Right. And it's lovely.
It is
lovely.
It's great.
But
I knew there was a but in there.
But we walk in and you got your laptop and everything is spread out neatly right where the laptop goes.
So you have to move it.
So you got to move it in a very unorganized way to put the laptop down.
So what are you saying? The Pledge ought to put it somewhere else besides right where your laptop goes? Is that what you're suggesting to Pledge as he's listening to you now? Oh, you have.
But yeah, I mean, it would be. I mean, he tapes stuff here and there, and it, it could go over here, but he leaves it right there where you're going to see it because it happens.
Yeah,
I'll move things, and then I'll be like, Pledge, where's that? Yeah, I don't have it. It's right there.
Well, I know you put all your live reads off to the side, so I don't want to put it in the way of that.
Yeah.
I like you to be able to put things where they're going to be. So if you put them somewhere, you'll have them. I don't know where you particularly like certain things, like a what's on tap.
Well, that goes over here to the left.
Yeah.
Run down in the middle.
Yeah.
The giveaway stuff, kind of to the left near the phone.
I don't have a what's on tap, Pledge.
You should.
Speaking of that,
it's right over there in your stack of papers. over there.
No, it's not.
It really is.
Is it?
It really is.
Oh, there it is. All right, then. I was just testing you, Pledge. That's all.
I mean, Reinagel wants his water filled, walk in, make sure all the knobs are in the right area.
Yeah. I'm not a mechanic over here or a technician.
I do that 90% of the time.
Yeah, except for the 10% you don't. We've got issues.
I forget sometimes.
Well, see, but it's like the guy getting the plane ready to go. You can't forget none of the time.
Well, some of the times Rob's not gone all the time.
Rob's always gone when we walk in here.
Well, when you walk in, yeah. But I mean, when I set things up.
Well, the good.
So you're blaming Rob?
Yeah, he's got to get out of here faster.
From now on, though, I mean, we're not going to have that issue because it won't be changed.
Why?
Well, because.
Oh, yeah. Well, you don't know that.
Well, unless he just changes it just to screw with me.
I mean, he might. It is Rob Thompson.
Well, it is.
I mean, he might do it inadvertently.
Part of me thinks he does right now anyway.
Just don't put things I'm not supposed to read on a prompter.
Okay, Ron Burgundy.
Because I'll read anything.
So I'm looking for the sheet of paper that Pledge left that had all the Dak Prescott cuts. The hell, there it is.
Boy, I tell you,
it's great radio.
You got it? It's right here.
Yeah. Oh, you got it over there.
I got it.
You got it over there. Dak Prescott, very excited to have Zeke back. So they had this home run derby thing last night that they do every year. And Zeke participated as if Zeke has never left the Dallas Cowboys. And it's interesting because you think about the RB1 situation for the Cowboys. Will McClay told us yesterday on the Blitz when he joined us that, yes, Zeke is RB1, but it is running back by committee. I will agree with Rob Thompson that at the end of the year, Zeke will not be the leading rusher for the Cowboys, either in carries or yards. RB1 is out of respect right now because he's earned it with what he's done throughout his career. Rico, as we sit right now, will probably be the leading rusher, but I contend the real running back for the Dallas Cowboys is currently not on the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, you hope so. I mean, that's just wishful thinking.
It might be.
With Jerry Jones, you don't know that. He may be set. And this just is it. He's got Zeke back, Dak's happy, and here we go. Let's do it. And
what?
Oh, you were pointing over there. I'm thinking something was happening, but I mean, this could very well be. And, with all due respect to Rob Thompson and yourself, I think the plan is Zeke Elliott's the guy. He is the guy. Jerry brought him back as the number one running back.
He's a great blocker.
And, he's a great blocker. And I think Rico's going to get some carries, and there will be a back and forth there. But I think your guy is Ezekiel Elliott. By every indication,
he's going to be a great blocker, great at short yardage, and Dak's happy his buddy is back.
Yeah, super excited. Just obviously knowing our history, my experience with him as a brother, but in this case as a teammate, understanding what he brings to the team, just the locker room alone, the culture he sets. A guy that does everything the right way, from the locker room to the field. He's a great guy that with us having a young team, bring guys in, people can follow and watch. Excited for him to be back. Know the threat that he's going to provide. Big time playmaker. Obviously, I'm excited.
He's excited.
He is excited, and of course, Dak Prescott can't talk to the media without getting asked about his contract.
Not necessarily. Obviously, still conversations. Aware of what Jerry said and everything he said. His dad on communication has been back and forth. But yeah. You see them growing together? Not necessarily. Don't think. I know he's not in town right now, but we will get there. Trust me. We're roommates all July. If that's the case, I'll be fine. So no worries on that, guys. I know what he's doing. I know how he's preparing. I know where he is. I know where he was there before and how he came back. So all confidence in the way that he's prepared and what he's doing and how he's going to.
No contract talks, apparently.
Conversations. You know how it is.
Yeah, I know how it is.
He certainly doesn't sound like a guy that's upset that isn't getting ready.
If you're Dak Prescott, why would you be upset? Guys living the life.
I mean, there's lots of guys. Look at a guy like Kevin Durant. Rich guy that's always unhappy about something.
Yeah.
So you ask why would Dak be upset? He could be.
He could be. He's got no reason to be.
Well, long-term security. Get it done. I'm tired of answering these questions.
If Dak quit football today, he'd be just fine.
Sure, but he's not ready to quit football.
No.
And he knows that he's going to get several $100 million from somebody. But he could be angry that it's not done yet. He could be.
He could be.
He could be.
It's a great country. A guy that doesn't produce and he gets paid like the top quarterback in the league. It's nuts.
Where's the same hatred for a guy like Kirk Cousins who got $100 million who has one playoff win?
That's not the top paid quarterback in the league, is it?
Yeah, there's been times. I mean,
I agree.
You go look at the guaranteed money that Kirk Cousins has made
throughout
his career.
It's outrageous.
But you don't. You didn't say the same thing about Josh Allen, who doesn't have a Super Bowl.
Well, let me just say the same thing about Josh
Okay,
Allen.
here
He's
we
not
go.
producing.
Okay,
he shouldn't be paid like that.
All right.
And I don't get this whole.
What about Justin? What about Justin Herbert?
Justin Herbert
All right,
the
here we
same
go.
way.
You just hate Dak Prescott. Just
no,
say it.
I just said it. I just said Justin Herbert the same way.
All right.
He shouldn't have gotten that contract either.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Name all the quarterbacks without rings. The long list. Tua, he's going to get paid.
Well,
what about Trevor?
Again.
What about Goff?
They're going to get paid, yes, but well, at least Goff's been to a Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's on a hell of a lot better team than the Dallas Cowboys these days.
Did they win the Super Bowl?
No, they didn't.
Okay. Just checking.
But if I'm looking and comparing the two, the onward momentum for the Detroit Lions is a hell of a lot better
a new word?
Than it is for the Dallas Cowboys.
Onward momentum.
Onward momentum.
That's the new word of the day,
That's
kids.
the one.
Yes.
Onward momentum.
Yeah. Where's the momentum going to be tonight in the NBA playoffs? There's a couple of game sixes tonight. We know Dame will play. Giannis will not. What about the Knicks and Sixers? They're playing tonight. You want to have a little bit more fun watching those games tonight? Make sure you download the Underdog Fantasy app or get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com using my promo code STAR and play the Pick'em game, which is a ton of fun to play, where you put your fantasy skill to the test, selecting whether a player is going to be higher or lower on predicted stats. Like right now, they've got Joel Embiid at 3.5 turnovers. Would you go higher or lower on 3.5 turnovers for Embiid? 30.5 points for Joel. Brunson at 33.5 points, higher or lower. Maxey, 33.5 points and assists, higher or lower. It's that fun. You kind of create your own experience. It is fantasy and legal in Texas, and it makes the games a lot more fun to watch. So get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com using my promo code STAR, and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. Plus, you will get a mystery special pick to use on your first pick-em entry. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, use my promo code STAR when you get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com.
You're locked on the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Are you looking for a job where you can have a ton of fun and make great money? Then Twin Peaks is the team you need. They're looking for Twin Peaks girls, cooks, bussers, barbacks, and more. Text work for TP to 85000 to apply. That's 85000 to apply. Twin Peaks!
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Sherry, what have you done to your hair?
What do you mean? Does it not look good?
It doesn't look good. It looks freaking amazing. I can't believe how thick and healthy it looks. Oh, I must know your secret.
No secret. It's hair volume from New Nordic.
Hair volume, huh? Well, it certainly lives up to its name. Your hair has never looked so thick. It is gorgeous.
I was so tired of having thin and brittle hair. Ugh, and the shedding. So I figured I'd give hair volume a try. Needless to say, I'm thrilled with the results. Hey, where are you going?
I'm going to pick up some hair volume right now. My reunion's next month and I want my hair to look as good as yours.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural health products from New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Scandinavia. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or your local Walgreens, Rite Aid, or CVS. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy. Help your hair look full, voluminous, and beautiful again at newnordicusa.com, Walgreens, Rite Aid, or CVS.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the UFC fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant and in the same plaza as the Big Blind there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. The ugly truth is when you buy a timeshare, you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is this never ends. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Let's get you updated on some Major League Baseball this afternoon. The Texas Rangers knock off the Washington Nationals 6-0. They did that in Arlington this afternoon. The Astros, well, they're in action tonight. They'll take on the Cleveland Guardians there tonight. And of course, we have a couple of NBA playoff games coming up here tonight. The Milwaukee Bucks trying to stay alive. Dame Lillard will play, and New York and Philly.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons
The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Dak hater Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
I love Dak.
Uh-huh.
He's the man.
It is so comical. So comical. The standard in which you judge Dak and other people. And then all of a sudden, you know, like Kingsley wants to call in and talk about, it says on the screen, Joe ragging Dak too hard.
Oh, poor Dak.
And it's weird because Kingsley has a 726 area code. And I know that's San Antonio. I just don't know many people that have the 726.
Well, I asked you, I said, well, where's 726 from? San Antonio. And I'm like, wow, who knew?
Well, I mean, it's only been around a couple of years.
Yeah.
Because we ran out of 210 number.
I guess so.
And so, you know, Kingsley is either new to town or had to completely change all his numbers for reasons that we probably don't want to get into on the radio and ended up with the 726. It's weird because I know that we have that. I just don't see it very often.
No.
Yeah. Kingsley, you want to hammer Reinagel, huh?
Oh, absolutely. But I'm going to preface and articulate what I'm going to say, first of all, by saying I listen to you guys 3 to 4 hours a day between the morning cuddle, you guys, and after hours, or whatever it's called with James Pleasure. He's the man. I love you guys. But, man, Joe's got to relax. Dak Prescott has more discipline in his big and little toe than you have in your whole life. He just got the greatest prestigious award and honor you could have as far as man of the year. He's a great guy. He's a great leader. He's a role model. And he's a great quarterback. And you know what you just said? You said, oh, he gets paid for doing nothing, not producing. I wish I didn't produce the way he did. You know what I mean? I wish I produced the way he did it. My life would be a lot better right now.
Well, Kingsley, let me ask you a question. I just want to ask you a question, and we'll have a nice discussion here, Kingsley. Since you listen to the show all the time, and we appreciate that very much. So if you're a Cowboys fan, obviously you're a Dak Prescott fan, and I appreciate that. I respect that. Wouldn't you like to win a playoff game?
You damn right I would. And I have all Jason's sentiments. I feel the exact same way he does. But why are we always talking about contracts and money and blah, blah, blah? Like, am I missing something? That's irrelevant. Why are we talking about what he's signing and what he's not signing? I mean, he's a great quarterback. Yeah, he hasn't got over the hump yet, but he's far more capable than probably 60% of other quarterbacks, and there is no replacement for him. I hope he gets over the hump.
You know,
either way,
Kingsley, I'm with you to a point, man, and I'll tell you this: Dak Prescott is a great regular season quarterback, and you've heard me use the term playoff Prescott. That's not a good term. He hasn't gotten it done. It's been 8 years. I would rather have a Super Bowl ring than a quarterback that wins Man of the Year. And I think most Cowboy fans would trade that. It's the frustration that he hasn't gotten it done. Does he give us the best chance to win? Yes. Is he the reason that we probably won't win? Yes. And that's the dilemma that you're in. Who do you replace him with that is better?
I think I would echo James Pledger's sentiments and say you keep him, sign the short-term contract or whatever it is, and then hopefully find his replacement to trade and lift him up the way they did in the draft, like they did Pat Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers and other quarterbacks like that.
Well, the problem with that is that's what they should have been doing, the last 2 or 3 years, and they haven't done it. So what in any stretch of the imagination leads you to believe that Jerry Jones will now do that and all of a sudden wake up and do the right thing?
It ain't going to happen. I mean, his replacement has been on the roster, and I know James has said it. You've said it. I mean, part of the deal is Jerry signs people to long-term contracts to spread out the signing bonus. And Dak wants short deals. That's been the biggest, so he can get back and get paid again sooner. So he's always at the top of the market. That's one of the issues that has been there with Dak Prescott, and that they haven't groomed a replacement like Green Bay has with Aaron Rodgers by drafting a Jordan Love. You know, you bring up a Patrick Mahomes. Think about the teams that passed on Mahomes that didn't think he was ready.
And it gave the Kansas City Chiefs, by the way, and we did this when you were out, I think it was Monday. After that draft, you know how the old stupid draft grades go? Well, they gave the Kansas City Chiefs a C+ in their draft when they drafted Patrick Mahomes because, well, he'll probably never make it in the NFL.
Yes.
And that was somebody had tweeted that out, and I thought it was comical. Here's the problem, Kingsley, and everybody else, and I see Raymond here, who's a Dak supporter, and all of that's just fine. You guys, this is professional football. It's not Little League where everybody gets a trophy. If you're the quarterback of a professional football team, you are expected to win playoff games. Period. End of story. I don't care how many regular season games you win. I don't care how many Man of the Year awards you win. It's all about winning in the playoffs when those lights are brightest. And Dak Prescott has failed miserably at that.
He has, but you hold Dak Prescott to a different standard.
Well, we covered the Cowboys, so that's who we talk about most.
Sure, but Justin Herbert, well, give him time. He's got this, he's got that. Josh Allen, give him time. There's this, there's that. There's all these other quarterbacks who haven't gotten it done. They're all going to get paid. Dak Prescott plays for America's team. The spotlight is bright. It's not just because we cover them more. And on this radio station, you're right. We cover the Dallas Cowboys. It's a different bar from Stephen A. Smith, the Skippy, to all of those, the national shows. Judge Dak Prescott differently. Why?
Well, because he's a member of the Dallas Cowboys. Yes. And if he can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. You know that coming in.
He can stand the heat.
You know that coming. Well, do so. He could get everybody off his back just like that.
By what?
By winning a Super Bowl.
Go win the Super Bowl.
Yes.
It's so easy. It is so easy.
What? They had the perfect opportunity.
They did this year.
Perfect opportunity.
And that is why this offseason
just right.
is so bizarre and so different for Cowboy fans. The frustration is there. I mean, look, if I could replace Dak with somebody better, I would. But who is better that is realistically right now in position to replace Dak Prescott?
Well, nobody, because the malpractice of the front office of the Dallas Cowboys.
Malpractice.
Well, yeah, you can't just float along as Cooper Rush, serviceable backup, did a great job.
Sure.
But he's no replacement for Dak Prescott.
Nope.
And so I guess Jerry trying to send a message to Dak wastes a 4th-round draft pick on Trey Lance. He's not the answer.
Nope.
You've got to do what other teams do.
Yep.
And that's draft quarterbacks and see if they can do it. And the Cowboys, for whatever reason, don't do that.
Draft a quarterback when you want one, not when you need one. And what I find funny is Atlanta did just that. And they're taking all kinds of heat because they just signed a quarterback a month ago.
Exactly. I don't know why they're taking heat. I don't.
Because they just gave $100 million guaranteed to Kirk Cousins.
Which is a perfect setup because it's a 4-year deal.
It is.
It's only going to be 2.
A perfect setup. But their fans aren't happy. Why? Because you didn't use that 8th-round pick to help the team this year.
Well.
And again, in a couple years, Atlanta fans might change. It just goes to show no matter what you do, you're going to have a whole lot of people that are unhappy.
Absolutely.
You have the balls to make that decision. And Jerry hasn't.
Cowboys had the opportunity, and I'm throwing this name out for no reason other than it was there. Will Levis was there. Would have been absolutely perfect. Yeah, you can roll your eyes all you want, but he sits behind Dak Prescott for a couple of years, and then you put him in there. He is the starting quarterback of a professional football team. Now, how he does remains to be seen.
So is Mitch Trubisky.
If you have a Will Levis sitting behind Dak Prescott, then you don't have to worry about any extension. He would have sat there for 2 years, tell Dak it's been fun, go away, and then bam, you've got your quarterback. That's what you got to do. That's what the Green Bay Packers did. I mean, and not every team gets lucky like San Francisco did. They flat out got lucky with Brock Purdy. There's no question about it. But you got to prepare for the future. You have to.
And the Cowboys haven't. Yet they'll give us all the credit card analogies like they're going out of style, which makes no damn sense.
None.
Let's see if John McClain can make some sense out of it. We'll talk some Texans, too, with the great John McClain next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're going to do some grilling this weekend, make sure before you do, you get into Tri-County Meat Market. They're two great locations because Tri-County Meat Market, locally owned, full service, they have everything you need to up your grilling game. Beef, chicken, pork, fajitas, poppers, and so much more. Maybe you want to do some beef ribs this weekend, some pork ribs, St. Louis style or baby backs. Maybe you want a nice big steak, a tomahawk, a bone-in ribeye. Maybe they're seasoned fajitas, both the beef and the chicken, tri-tips, picanha, sausages, burgers. Maybe do some Wagyu burgers or those brisket burgers while you're watching the Mario Barrios fight on Saturday night. Tri-County has what you need with the quality you expect, and you can always take advantage of their Pick 5 for 25. Tri-County offers a 10% discount for military and first responders. Two great locations on Ralph Bear Road and on Huebner, or online at tricountymeat.com.
94.1 FM, San Antonio Sports Star.
Joe Reinagle here. I want to tell you about something that has completely changed my life. I had vision correction surgery at Parkhurst New Vision. The results are amazing. The readers are a thing of the past. Hey, if you're like me and tired of those glasses, call Parkhurst New Vision at 210-585-2020. They offer a variety of services like vision correction surgery. So call Parkhurst New Vision, 210-585-2020, or get them online at sanantoniolasik.com.
I lock up my Old Spice Fiji aluminum-free dry spray to keep that 24/7 lasting freshness safe for myself. Fresh coconuts, palm trees in the wind. It's like catching waves in Fiji. Actually, I just talked myself into a refreshing spritz of Fiji. My Old Spice is missing! No!
Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Connecticut. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over. And if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard-to-reach places with the Swiffer duster. Love it or your money back.
Cowboys play here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. The great John McClain joins us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line, as he does every Thursday. You can read his work now at HoustonTexans.com. John, so much to talk about between the draft, post-draft, but let's start with uniforms and the Houston Cougars telling the Oilers and the NFL where they can go with their color scheme. The fact that the University of Houston has said they're going to go with those Oiler-looking uniforms.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting because last year when they did it, they made a really big deal out of it, put a great video out narrated by Carl Lewis so everybody saw it. Now, Rice did it, and Rice did, nobody pays any attention to Rice most of the time anyway.
Wait, Rice did it?
So nobody said a word. I believe Rice did it. And so they're daring the NFL. The NFL didn't tell them they couldn't wear it. They said you can't sell it and make a penny off of that uniform. And so they didn't, and they were planning to have that uniform to sales in their gift shop, but they couldn't do it. Now I guess they're going to test the league, and Texans have in their new uniforms a stripe that they call H-Town blue, and it's Columbia blue, and they claim that they can show that that was H-Town's color before the Oilers. Now, nobody was alive then. That was 1960. So uniform wars is what it is, and I'm guessing next season the Titans will wear the Oiler uniforms again against the Texans up there. And remember, anytime you want to wear something, you got to get it approved by the NFL. It's ridiculous, but if the Texans want to wear their new blue uniforms, navy blue, with the Columbia H-Town blue stripe, they got to get the league to approve it. Now, I don't know why the league wouldn't, but that's why we're going to have uniform wars.
John, I think it's fascinating. I love it. It makes for a great rivalry, although the Texans have had the better of that rivalry with Tennessee lately. But go back to Houston real quick. Do you think that the NFL will just sit back and say nothing? I have to believe that they won't.
No, I don't think they will. But they tell everybody in no uncertain terms, and maybe remember when the Browns moved to Baltimore and became the Ravens, everything was left in Cleveland to the Browns. Well, they didn't do that here because Bob McNair, he didn't want it. He wanted to be Texans. He didn't want to have anything to do with the Oilers. And so the Oilers belonged to Nashville. And the problem is the teams have not played enough big games to have a rivalry. They haven't played to keep each other out of the playoffs, not like the Astros and the Rangers playing for a World Series. There's been only like 3 games that they played when both teams were good, and then they weren't good after that. So if it takes uniforms to ignite this rivalry, we should have started 28 years ago. So be it.
It's so comical that it could be fashion, clothes that starts a rivalry. Now, I'm going to get your opinion, John. For years, you covered the Oilers. You've covered the Texans. You also do talk shows in Nashville with relation to the Titans.
Twice a week.
Twice a week you're on in Nashville. When you see the Columbia blue look, do you think of that as a tribute to the Houston Oilers, or as our producer James Pledger says, it's the city of Houston because it matches the city flag, which I didn't know you had, and cop cars from like the 80s that were that color. So when you see that, do you think city of Houston or do you think Oilers?
I think Oilers. That's all I think about it. I never paid any attention to that color being in Houston. Those are Oiler colors. I covered them for 20 years. I started watching them when I was a kid, when they were formed, and they wore Columbia blue. And then they wore Columbia blue the first 2 years in Nashville as the Tennessee Oilers. Nobody here gave a hoot. And now they give a hoot. But, hey, it's great. There's controversy. It's a big deal on the talk shows. Hannah McNair is taking a couple of shots at the Titans, and I see a lot of people here. Oh my God, I don't want to see those colors being worn by the Titans. Well, those are the Titans throwback uniforms, and I tell them if Warren Moon, Dan Pastorini, Earl Campbell, Robert Brazil, and all those Oiler greats want to see their colors again worn by the Titans, that's good enough for me because they'll never be worn here.
I think it's fascinating. I love it. And hopefully it will develop into a big time rivalry between those two. John, let's talk Texans in their draft. I guess the Texans had the luxury, the way I look at it, and you please correct me if I'm wrong, but they just best player available. They went kind of 50-50, it looked like to me, offense, defense. I really thought they'd be more defensive drafters. What'd you think of their draft overall, first and foremost?
In my mock draft that I did for HoustonTexans.com on all of their picks, I had 6 defensive and 3 offensive. And they took 5 defensive and 4 offensive. And there was one surprise. Kamari Lassiter, they need a corner to start opposite Derek Stingley Jr. And he's the only one I think is under pressure to start, even if it's just a nickel, because he can play inside or outside, but it's only a matter of time before he starts. And I thought they'd get a defensive tackle. They didn't take a defensive tackle till the 7th round, a guy named Marcus Harris from Auburn. And in the 2nd round, the biggest surprise was they took an offensive tackle, Blake Fisher, a redshirt sophomore from Notre Dame. And 2nd year in a row, they've taken an offensive lineman from Notre Dame after Jarek Patterson last year. So right, Tunsil and Titus Howard and their swing tackle, Charlie Heck, those are the 3. But if they thought enough of Fisher to take him in the 2nd round, then they're worried about one of those guys. And I'm guessing it's Heck because he missed most of last season on physically unable to perform, came back, played so bad he got benched. So, and they had to start 11 linemen last year because of injury. So, and when Nick Caserio drafts players, he tries to do everything he can to get the player or the position who D'Amico Ryans wants. And based on what we saw them do last year, I think that they deserve the benefit of the doubt. And the other one I think will play the quickest is Callan Bullock, a safety from USC, 6'2", running a 4.4, is a true free safety, which they don't have. And then the others will have to play because of injuries. And most interesting, there's a couple of things. They love guys, D'Amico does, who were captains in college. And they say it's not a prerequisite, but they like it. It shows what kind of leader you were, what your teammates thought about you. And then once they got past their first 3 picks, Lassiter, Fisher, and Bullock, all of whom were in college for 3 years, of their last 6 picks, 5 of them were in college for 5 years and 1 for 6 years. And they think that having experience, that much experience in college, is going to help the transition into the NFL. And then the most interesting, Cade Stover, 4th round pick, tight end from Ohio State, he'll be reunited with C.J. Stroud. But right now, what makes him so interesting is the NFL Network just ran it down our throats, the picture of him massaging the bull to strengthen his hands on his family farm. And if I'd seen that one more time, I was going to throw up. But I'll be among the people asking him about it. But people are real fired up about that Cade Stover pick.
You realize people are going to now tweet that video to you at McLean _on_NFL because that those are the rules. John, you mentioned C.J. Stroud, and he did the Bleacher Report deal with Micah Parsons, and I appreciate CJ's growth over the last year. This is a guy that knows he belongs, that he's one of the best in the league, and he's very comfortable seemingly in his skin in that role. What's been the biggest difference you've seen with CJ off the field from when he first got to Houston about this time a year ago to what you're seeing from him now?
That he is so much more relaxed and comfortable with what he's doing. And when he came in here, we figured he'd be the starter. He knew he'd be the starter. He didn't know if it'd be the first game. It was all about ball. It was all about trying to learn Bobby Slowick's system. And after he had the season that he did, and they made the playoffs, he hadn't traveled the world like Deshaun Watson did. But one of the things I like, he and Micah Parsons have become such good friends. And Stroud loves to take shots at him. At the NBA All-Star game, and Stroud is a great basketball player and likes to talk about it. He didn't win the MVP. That went to Parsons. I think Stroud had 31 points, but Parsons had 37 and 16 rebounds. And then when they were sitting on floor seats together, in Philadelphia before one of the playoff games. They met Allen Iverson, and Parsons said if he could beat Iverson one-on-one, and if he played in the NBA, he could average at least 15 points a game. And Stroud told people to ask, he's basically full of you-know-what, because there's no way he could do that. But those guys are having a blast together, and they should enjoy it. They're not married, and I don't know if they got girlfriends, but they're spending a lot of time hanging out, and it looks like they're having a blast. The difference is one needs a new contract, the other one doesn't, and they're going to be playing. We'll find out pretty soon when that is, and Parsons will be trying to take his head off if he gets a chance.
Well, you know what, John, the best thing that CJ said, he called Micah Parsons a delusional cowboy. They're delusional.
Yeah, basically full of you-know-what.
Yeah. That no truer words have been spoken.
Well, he said he was delusional because of what he said about the NBA.
Exactly.
And I think we know that Micah and so many players love to watch the NBA, and I'm sure a lot of them go to bed at night seeing them make all those great shots and great moves. And Parsons obviously got a lot of ability based on what he did in that. And we never know if he can't get the contract he wants. Maybe he can get some NBA team to sign him as a free agent to scare Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones.
Yeah, talk about delusional.
Yeah.
The great John McClain. Read his work at HoustonTexans.com. John, we'll catch up next week. Appreciate the time.
Guys, thank you very much, as always.
Appreciate it. John McClain from HoustonTexans.com. That was delusional. Now, yeah, some serious news about Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
That lawsuit?
Yes.
Dallas police will not pursue sexual assault charges against Dak.
No evidence.
No evidence. We'll talk about it more coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ.
Friday on the Morning Huddle, we will look back at closeout games. Do we still have the Bucks and the 76ers to kick around? We'll look forward to what will be a fantastic series between the Nuggets and the Timberwolves.
Plus, it's Kentucky Derby weekend. Dick Girardi joins us at 8:30 to tell us everything we need to know. The Morning Huddle starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-5407. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-5407. That's 800-575-5407. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
Let our team keep your home running comfortable and worry-free. Call on Mr. Electric for all your electrical needs. 210-248-2026. Or get a hold of us online at mrelectric.com and enter your zip code.
License number TECL 34221.
You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day and smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Get ready for the ultimate Kentucky Derby experience at Retama Park on May 4th. Join us for a day filled with excitement and celebration. From 8:30 a.m. onwards, you can immerse yourself in the spirit of the races, culminating in the thrill 50 p.m. Your package includes a complimentary mint julep, delicious heavy hors d'oeuvres, and a Kentucky Derby race day tip sheet from Big Day Wins. Don't miss out on this unforgettable event at Retama Park in Selma. Book your tickets now.
Have you gotten your hands on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB yet? Southern Recipe small batch offers big, bold flavors like hot honey, spicy dill, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Bonus, you're going to love the low-carb, high-protein crunch. Turn snack time from ordinary to extraordinary with flavorful pork rinds. Pick up your favorite flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB today. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Ryan-Egel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on a Thursday afternoon.
Absolutely. Been a good Thursday. Lots to talk about.
Yeah, tomorrow we're going to be live at Retama Park.
Yeah.
Getting you ready for the Kentucky Derby.
I'm looking forward to that. Learn a little bit about the ponies and maybe making a buck or two.
Epic Ride. No.
Epic Ride.
No. Just a Touch is going to be my early.
Just a Touch?
Yes. So our buddy Frank Alosa.
Is that his horse?
Bloodstock agent. No, his horse is Epic Ride.
Okay.
So he texted me and said, yeah, I'm going to say Epic Ride's going to win, but if he doesn't, I think Just a Touch wins the race.
Is that the favorite?
I don't know. I do all my Kentucky Derby studying like the day before.
All right.
Because there's so many things that happen. Like Alosa's horse, Epic Touch, was an alternate. So it's in because some other horse scratched.
Gotcha.
So, because I'm like, dude, are you going? Because he's always said he wasn't going to go to the Kentucky Derby until he had a horse in the race.
Nice.
But I guess it was a late ad and, his busy travel schedule. He couldn't make it work. So, and also, he doesn't like being around 150 people, let alone 150,000 people, because he's antisocial.
I would like to go to the Kentucky Derby, though, at some point.
I would.
I mean, that's a bucket list thing. Yeah. That'd be fun.
That would be fun. So tomorrow at Retama Park, we'll be out there. Be a lot of fun.
Yes,
Alosa will join us at 4:35. I've made money on Alosa's recommendations the last several years.
Man knows horses.
He knows horses.
Yeah.
Well, he buys them for a living. That's what he does. We'll also talk to people from Retama Park, I assume, tomorrow that will give us some insight.
See, Just a Touch is 10-1. That's good.
See,
those are good odds. That'd be good. I was always like, and I don't know anything, and I'm not going to pretend to, but like we're
going to pretend to
8-1, 10-1, 6-1. Kind of the middle odds.
Yeah,
I always like, because I don't have the stones to bet a 30-1. even though you'd win a hell of a lot of money. And then I don't want to bet the favorite because
You don't make any money.
the favorite, right?
Yeah. Oh,
So-
yeah. I mean, you hate people that go chalk.
Exactly.
You know, like you hammered all the people that picked UConn to win the whole thing.
Jeez.
You know, weenies.
Cowards.
Well, you got no balls, man.
Cowards.
Yeah, but they cut down the nets.
They did. Fierceness is the favorite, it looks like, at 5-2, although
What's his name?
Fierceness.
Fierceness.
Uh-huh. Sierra
Sucks
Leone.
for the broadcaster on
Yeah,
that
no
one.
kidding.
Fierceness.
Yeah. Sierra Leone
Fierceness.
is 3-1. So a couple of your favorites.
How's
there.
Epic Ride?
Epic Ride? Let's see what Epic Ride is. Epic Ride is 30-1.
30-1.
Yes. Not the lowest. Society Man is 50-1.
See, I would put a couple of bucks on Epic Ride just
Why
because
not?
it's my buddy.
30-1.
He bought the horse
30-1
with somebody else's money.
Well, of course.
Yes, I mean keep in mind.
There's a lot of long shots. Grand Mo the first.
Grand Mo
The first.
Does
50-1.
I'm gonna have to text Stuart or Bobby over at Barbecue Station.
Yeah.
Their nephew or Bobby's nephew, I guess Stuart's cousin, the people that own the barbecue station, they've got a relative who's got he's a horse trainer and is like top 10 in the world. I've got to check and see if they've got a horse.
You might
in the Derby.
That'd be cool.
See if there's a local flair. Obviously, Todd Pletcher's always got horses in there from Madison High School.
Yeah.
Check that out. As you're looking there, do you see a trainer named Peacock?
You
already went away from that?
I went away from that. I could go back, but what?
No, we're in the middle of a show. Why would you go back and try to answer a question?
Can't do that.
You've moved on.
We have.
You've moved on.
Dak got some good news.
Yeah, Dak got some really good news. According to WFAA out of Dallas, sources, Dallas police will not pursue sexual assault charges against Dak Prescott. Found no evidence to support the accuser's claim. Let's go back. Remember, he was allegedly sent a letter from the woman's attorney in February claiming he assaulted her sexually in 2017 and wanted $100 million.
Yeah.
And none of it made sense. And then her attorney was going on the radio and talking about things, used rape, I mean, all kinds of stuff. And police say no.
Yeah, and for all you guys that think I'm a Dak hater, I immediately said it doesn't sound like Dak. He wouldn't do something. He's a good guy.
Well,
quarterback in the playoffs, that's another story. But Dak is a great guy. I love you, Dak.
What's the other thing that Ryan Angle always says? We just don't know. We don't know.
I know.
We just don't know.
He's not a good quarterback in the playoffs. I know this for a fact.
We don't know.
Great guy, though. And I knew he didn't. That just didn't sound like Dak Prescott.
The whole story sounded bad.
Yes. So I'm glad that's over.
Prescott's attorney, Levi McCathern, issued the following statement to WFAA. Quote, the defendant's motion to dismiss is total nonsense. They have yet again misrepresented the relevant facts and misconstrued the law as it applies to them. We are going to show plain and simple that this case is about the ridiculous attempt by Victoria Bailey Shores and her lawyers, Yoel and Bethel Zai, to extort Dak Prescott out of $100 million based on fabricated allegations, which could not be further from the truth. And now that the Dallas County has rightfully closed its investigation into the defendant's false allegations regarding Mr. Prescott, we intend to promptly filing claims against the defendants for malicious prosecution.
And they should. They should.
Help me remember. Didn't Nico LaHood, when he joined us to talk about this, say that those lawyers could face some pretty serious discipline?
He did, yes.
From the bar?
And I think they should. Going out on a public radio and making claims like that, obviously, at least according to the Dallas Police Department, there is no evidence. So,
yeah,
we'll see what happens. I mean, I want to continue, but I'm glad that they're going to go after these folks.
Well, you know, lawyers have the reputation that's well earned.
Sure.
And there are times that you want really good lawyers,
mm-hmm.
and they're needed.
Absolutely.
They are needed.
Absolutely.
It's lawyers that will, it's like a surgeon that says, you know what, you don't need to operate. It's a lawyer that says, it's going to cost you too much to fight this.
Yes.
I'm expensive. My billable hours, and our chances of winning aren't good. Those are the kind of lawyers you want.
Yes.
Not the kind of lawyers that say, yeah, let's take this and go.
Uh-huh.
Right. And they're in it for themselves.
Sounds like that's the attorneys that this young lady had.
Eventually you'll find an attorney that will take a case.
Oh, absolutely.
And the fact that you could sue for about anything is ridiculous.
Well, asking for $100 million was probably the first mistake.
50?
Well, no, I'm not saying, if you're asking,
give me the number that would have been okay.
I don't know, say you're asking for $5
million.
Well, yeah, so maybe Dak is, I don't know, maybe. I wouldn't have done that because the guy was adamant that he was innocent from the beginning. So I'm glad it turned out this way.
Me too. But and again, I appreciate what lawyers do.
Absolutely.
But but if a lawyer says it's a coin flip to win this case, and he doesn't take it, trust that lawyer.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Absolutely. No question about it.
Hey, Mario, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. I wanted to talk about the Cowboys. I'm a preface of that. I'm a Bears fan.
You're a Bears fan.
Okay. Did that just start, or have you always been a Bears fan?
I've always been a Bears fan.
Okay. All right.
Now, the biggest reason for their lack of success in the playoffs hasn't been Dak. That's number two. It's been the game plans. Last year against San Francisco, the whole team fell apart, especially the defense in the second half. This year, they just didn't even show up against Green Bay.
Okay, so the game plan. But don't let's not talk about those 2 interceptions that Dak threw in the first half that led to 14 points. We're not going to count that. Was that the defense's fault? Or the game plan's fault?
The defense's fault. That game, yes, Zach played.
Mario, the proper response is, what about CD dropping perfectly placed passes that could have extended drives? Dak is the quarterback. He makes all the money. He's going to get the blame. That's the nature of the game.
But it's not the game plan.
The game plan did kind of suck, and I agree with Mario there. The game plan, and they never adjusted, which was even a little bit more confusing. And I don't care that the Cowboys offense put up some big numbers in the second half to make it respectable. The game was over. You never felt
it was over at halftime.
Yeah, it was over at half. Trust me, I was at that game looking, could I change my flight home? It sucked being in that building that particular day.
I'm sure it did. It sucked.
But it wasn't all Dak's fault.
No, it wasn't all his fault. No, there's a lot of blame to go around. But Dak should get some of the blame.
Should.
Yes.
Some.
Yes.
I agree with that 100%.
Okay. Then we agree.
But it was a total failure by everybody.
Absolutely.
And that is what I think is the most frustrating from Jerry on down. And I don't know who to blame for that. Do you blame Mike McCarthy? The team did not look ready. The team did not look ready as a group. And do you blame that for Jerry? You put together some people that, when the lights are the brightest, they're not able to perform because that team could not handle the pressure of this clear path. You're going, look at the way things are breaking. Just beat Green Bay, and we're going to be off and running. And every one of those guys pooped the bed.
They did. I think they thought, hey, we've got this thing. We don't lose at home.
And Green Bay punched them in the mouth.
They absolutely did.
They never got off the canvas.
Yeah, so.
Play caller was horse.
Well, there's that.
Yes.
There's that. Dak Prescott. Love the man. You know what we do every Thursday about this time?
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
It is time for What's on Tap, brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint online at samsburgerjoint.com, where you can get your tickets, see their menu, their entire calendar of events coming up. They've got Ian Moore on stage tonight. Friday night, Ready Revolution. Saturday night, End of the Line, a tribute to the Allman Brothers. Ballyhoo on Sunday. Sam's Burger Joint.
Nice. Hey, I'm sure if you have kids, you might be taking them to the Alamo Dome tonight. Disney on Ice, Magic in the Stars.
Remember those days?
I do. Yes, I do. Aztec Theater is Zoso, the ultimate Led Zeppelin experience. This is interesting. In the Majestic Theater tonight, Celtic Woman, or is it Celtic 20th Anniversary Tour. I'm not even sure what that is, honestly.
I believe it's Celtic.
Is it Celtic? I'm dealing with the Boston Celtics.
I would have said Celtic too.
Shaky Graves at Stable Hall.
Shaky Graves at Stable Hall. That'd be a hell of a show.
Yes, and Sugar Sammy at the Comedy Club, LOL.
Friday night at the Stable Hall at the Pearl. Gimme Disco. A disco party inspired by ABBA.
Oh, boy, I'm there. Woo!
You're a single man this weekend?
Yacht rock.
I think you should go.
No, I'm not going.
I think you should go.
ABBA?
I think you should go. Oh, my goodness. Flores Country Store has Midland.
Dude, I want to go to that.
The Band of Heathens are at Green Hall. ACL has Joe Satriani and Stevie Vai. You want to go watch some great guitar work, man? Go up to Austin. The Squeeze Box Bandits are at the Rustic.
Nice.
Donnell Rawlings is at LOL Comedy Club. That'll be a lot of fun. And Disney on Ice, Magic in the Stars running at the Alamo Dome. I assume that's going to be all weekend since they laid down the ice.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah.
On Saturday night, Green Hall has the Band of Heathens. Majestic Theater, Baby Shark's big Broadway tour. That's another one for the kids, I'm assuming there. Hey, at the Moody Center, wow, this is big. It's the iHeart Country Country Festival. Jason Aldean, Keith Urban, Jelly Roll, Lady A, Old Dominion, and more. That's going to be a lot of fun. Wow. A lot of big bands there at the Moody Center on Saturday night. Pop Pistol at Stable Hall at the Pearl. And the Gunslingers taking on the Frisco Fighters at Freeman Coliseum on Saturday night.
Hey, isn't that May 4th? They're going to have all the May the 4th be with you events going on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sunday, Cinco de Mayo.
Sunday is Cinco de Mayo. Saturday night, Fitzgerald's Bar, there's Foo Fighter and Nirvana tribute bands, and the Spasmatics over at Blue Bonnet.
Ooh, Spasmatics are good.
Sunday, the Aztec, Country Wayne, King of Hearts Store. We've been giving away tickets for that. Do we have any more? Oh, we're all out. Luis Miguel at the Moody Center. The Teskey Brothers at ACL. That'll be a good show. Ricky Skaggs and Kentucky Thunder at Stable Hall.
Ricky Skaggs?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I haven't thought about that dude in a while.
I'm sure he's heartbroken to hear that.
I'm sure he is. Oh, Ricky. At the Moody Center on Monday night, Greta Van Fleet.
Yeah.
And Paper Tiger has Tiger Cub. That might be a kid's day, huh?
Not at Paper Tiger.
Paper Tiger?
No.
Cub?
No.
Tiger?
No.
All right.
No.
Interpol, by the way, on Monday night, for those that have won tickets right here on the Blitz, San Antonio Sports Star, is Monday night, the Boeing Center at Techport.
What are your big plans this weekend, Ryan Eagle?
Well, don't know you just yet, but
He's got a hall pass, ladies and gentlemen.
I have a little freedom this weekend.
A little freedom.
Yeah, the wife is at a girls' weekend
out of state
in Charleston, North or South Carolina. That is
in one of them Carolinas.
One of the Carolinas.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got to feed the dogs and cook for myself. Probably won't be a lot of cooking though. So look out, restaurants. I'm coming in.
Drive through only.
I might go sit at a bar somewhere and have dinner.
You don't eat alone.
No, I do. I don't mind doing that.
Really?
I don't like getting a table alone though. If I go to a restaurant by myself, I'll go to sit at the bar and have dinner.
But then somebody might sit next to you and talk to you.
Well, they might.
And you hate that.
Not necessarily.
If you're alone.
Yeah, I'll talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm good with that. I'm a friendly guy. So if you see me at a bar this weekend,
don't say hi.
Having dinner, say hello, will you?
You can say hello if you're offering to buy a beer.
Yeah. Yes, you can do that. Absolutely. And I will say thank you.
Or a shot.
Yes. Or both.
So it's shot and a beer.
Yeah, I think that's just appropriate.
Okay.
A little beer, a little tequila. It's nice. They go well together.
Yeah.
They do.
Peppermint schnapps.
No, jeez.
Grilling with the Blitz, presented by Tri-County Meat Market.
Yeah, I'll go to New Orleans this weekend.
I mean, you could.
Yeah, I could.
It'd be a hell of a weekend.
No thanks.
You'd have some splaining to do.
I would.
Or you can go to Tri-County Meat Market and get a steak thrown on the grill.
That is probably happening.
We tell you all the time, you know you're grilling, you know you're posting your photos on social.
Yes.
Take that same photo, upload it to the Grilling with the Blitz page at sasportscar.com, and you could win a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. That is what Manuel did. He says, just another Sunday afternoon, and I'm going to call him a bragger because he's got ribs, he's got sausage, looks like some chicken and some poppers.
I tell you what, if that's just another Sunday afternoon, I want to go to his house.
Exactly.
Holy cow.
I mean, I'm guessing he's feeding more than two.
I would imagine so.
Although, that's one setting for one James Fletcher. Congratulations, Manuel. You win yourself a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. Again, if you want to see his submission, I wish he would have put a little bit more of a description and recipe, but you know, all the submissions are there. The Grilling with the Blitz page at sasportstar.com. A full hour of extra innings with Pledge.
Hang on, everybody.
Coming up here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing over on San Pedro, especially if you need caps made. Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom. And he's got all the big name brands like the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps. He's got the new Katie caps, Cap America. You need caps made, go see Sam. If you need t-shirts screen printed, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need your logo on a nice dress shirt, a fishing shirt, any kind of shirt, Sam will do you up right. That's what he does. Is all the big name brands like North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Mathew, Port Authority, to name a few.